Evan said, hang on. Okay. Welcome to Spawncast episode 202. Evan has a special announcement before we start. Evan, what do we got?
Yeah, the shirts. Well, not the all over prints. The regular shirts. I'm still struggling with the all over prints. That might take a little bit, but I decided you guys been asking, so let me just click this. That should hopefully work. Boom, shirts. Special edition is up. I'm gonna pull that down on the 13th, but we also have the standard edition up, and that'll just stay up permanently. Once the all over prints do come out, we're gonna, I guess it's gonna be the same thing. It's gonna be 2 months for special, and then the standard will just stay out. But I've been trying to get it. It's a file size issue with them. So let me.
Okay, very cool. All right, so the Spawncast 200 edition shirt is live. Those are gonna be live for how long? You said 2 weeks.
No, 2 months.
2 months.
2 months
okay,
for special. Yeah, so it gives people time. Because I think we did it a month last time and people complained, so I just want.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
it's down in the description though. We got a link down there to make it easy to click on. So
shirts, hoodies, zip up hoodies, tank tops, stuff like that.
Okay, very good. MVG's back.
Hey, what's going on?
MVG, what'd you think of that Goldeneye game?
I think it's fantastic.
We missed you last week for it when we talked about it.
Well, I caught the Spawncast clips and Nate covered it extremely well.
Okay, very good, very good. Nate, how's it going?
Whoops.
You know, I took a chance there. We had not even checked to see if Nate was here before the podcast. Usually I will. So I just took a complete chance there to see if he was even around. Nate, how's it going?
Yeah, I forgot to put my mic on. It happens.
That's why we check before the show. It's a gamble.
You failed.
It's a gamble with Nate.
So
Usually Jordan has
here. My mic's not on. You messed up. Bad host. You failed at your duties.
How's it going, Nate?
Hi, Nate.
It's extremely cold here today. We have an ice storm on the way. Doom is a front.
It's like 20 degrees here, 25 degrees, or something like that here.
Gee.
Yeah, I think it's like 19 here, and we have like an inch of ice on the way. So
yeah, it was just sleeting ice outside today. So like my car had like icicles all over like the side of it, like the whole side of the door I had to rip open. And it was like all one big thing of ice.
Yeah, it's always fun.
Yep. Yeah, that was a good time. It was a good time.
70 degrees here.
Yeah, but it's still Florida. 70 degrees in Florida still sucks.
Huh?
I'd rather have 19-degree weather and ice than live in Florida for a day.
Nah, I think I'll take Florida to be like freeze my balls.
Florida literally just had a guy hack their water system and try to poison them.
Well, you ever played Fallout? You good? You get through it.
You're ready to go.
I know exactly what to do with somebody like that.
It's Florida. Florida's Florida. That in and of itself is a yearly disaster.
Yeah, but I like the sound of 70-degree weather right now when there's literal ice like freezing my car door shut.
Where you gotta go?
Yeah, you live like Sean. You don't go anywhere.
I have to drive to I go to an office 5 or 6 times a week.
That's a personal problem to me.
Oh no!
My office is in my living room because I'm out of fucking space. What about food? Don't gotta go get food. What about gym?
I do go to
buy
the
some
gym.
weights.
I have weights.
There you go. What's the problem?
I don't have like the full like Olympic bar. Anyway, okay. OJ, how's it going?
It's going pretty good. Nice and 56 degrees over here in Cali. I like it.
See, that actually sounds like the perfect weather. 56 is good.
It's
70
very good.
70 and superhuman might be too much, but like 56 is good.
Okay,
56.
yeah, let's just all crap on Florida. You know what?
56 and clear, baby. It was great. I had a run this morning. I could wear shorts.
I'm wearing shorts right now.
Fantastic.
It's fine.
Fantastic.
Congratulations on the shorts.
Yes. It's not free. I wear shorts when it's like 30 degrees out. I don't care. Just wear a sweatshirt.
Yeah, Sean's that guy who walks around in snowstorms in sandals and shorts.
No
like,
sandals. No, I don't do sandals.
Full boots.
Don't do sandals.
Sean, how's it going over there? I heard you yelling at the TV earlier. You good?
Oh, watching the Knicks game. No, it was good yelling. It was good yelling.
Oh, okay. It sounded very violent. I wasn't sure.
No, it's positive yelling.
I heard a lamp break.
No.
What?
They're playing good. They're up like 15 at the half.
I was gonna say we heard you yelling. I was like, maybe they're losing about. I checked and I was like, they're up by 12 points. What's he doing over there?
It's I get excited.
Okay, gotcha. Do you like call three or put your hand up in the air when they when they shoot it?
Oh yeah,
You do like the whole you like flash a bunch of signs and stuff as they're making threes.
Well, and when the other team is like shooting a free throw or something, you give them the bull's horns and stuff like that. You know, there's lots of
To your TV?
yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because they
You gotta do that in basketball. It's superstitious. I used to do all that crap too. Like when like especially in the Bulls versus the Utah Jazz, I would do all sorts of dumb stuff to try to see just to make sure they missed a free throw and all that. You got to. And it worked, right? They won 2 championships.
Nick's going to the playoffs this year. I don't care what anyone says. If you think otherwise, you're a fool.
I mean, in basketball, usually at least one team with a losing record makes the playoffs. Anyway, so like they let everybody in almost.
Now they have that play-in tournament where it's like, I think it's like the top 9 or 10 teams get in, and like the bottom 7, 8, 9, and 10 have like a mini tournament before going in. I don't know. It's weird. They redid the whole thing this year.
Miss Click, how's it going?
Hey, it's going well. How are you guys?
Click is
Missed
here.
you last week, even though you didn't realize I was gone. It's
Back
okay.
this week. Oh, she was
I'm
going
good.
last week.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
It's okay. Forgive you. I'm great though. I'm fantastic. And over the last week, Sean, screw you. You didn't give me your baby, so I went and bought my own.
I saw.
So I have my own baby
Pause.
in the back. It's great. I'm a mother now. It's fantastic.
Oh, you got the Death Stranding Special Edition.
I did. It's great, dude. I didn't realize how much comes in that. That's a great collector's edition. So yeah, but I'm good. I'm good. I'm enjoying my weather. I was out with my family today, with my new niece. I'm walking around some downtown and bought some sponges. It was great. What is so funny, Nate?
I'm watching Fringe just shake his head with a big smile on his face up there. Loving life.
Why?
Made me laugh.
Nothing, man. It's
Did
just
I do something, Jordan?
certain collector's editions you just don't need, you know? It's
Except
cool.
the dude who bought Panty Party.
If it doesn't have a
bought Jump
motorcycle,
Force.
man.
There's a
Hey,
difference.
Whoa.
There's a
Might be
difference.
nominee of the year, Jump
You
Force.
bought a collector's edition with little girls' underwear, man. Get out of my face. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it.
Uh-oh. FBI, open up.
I believe they were
Hold on.
all in all age underwear. I don't think it was
Yeah.
regulated.
Who said they weren't for me? Can you relax?
Yeah, like that one Nintendo YouTuber who used to wear diapers and stuff. You know,
Wait, what?
some people are just into shit.
Hold on.
You can't.
OJ, what's up? How's it going over there?
It's going good. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on, but no, it's going pretty good. It's going pretty good.
I'm over here outing people. Okay, and then we got Evan.
Yep.
Good to have Evan here. Evan pulling himself away from Valheim. So 120 hours in already.
Yep.
Phew.
1 week.
So I have Super Mario 3D World as a topic here, so we'll skip that for any of the games we've been playing. I was trying to look at what other games came out this week, and other than Mario 3D World, that was like the big one, I think. Otherwise, though, what's everyone been up to? Been playing anything good?
I
Blue
played
Fire.
Little Nightmares 2.
That
I
was
heard
the
that's
other
pretty
one. That's
good.
the one I was thinking of. Those Little Nightmares.
Which
It's good, huh?
Yeah, it's fun, man. It reminds me of Inside and that other game, which I can't remember, but I'm into it. I like Little Nightmares 2. It's fun. I'm enjoying it.
You know, that's what's interesting about that is that's actually a game that that Stadia got as a pro game immediely, and no one really knew. No one even recognized that happened because it's Stadia. Yeah, they actually got that as like their own like games with gold kind of thing, but it was their day one. And I thought about that. I was like, maybe I should try it on there, but even then I was like, I gotta open up the tab and go to Stadia.
Limbo's the other game I was thinking of. Thank you, chat.
Limbo.
Yeah, Limbo. Yeah, it's that style of game where you have to survive, you know, the world that you're in, and all these things are trying to kill you, and it's fun, man. I'm really enjoying it.
Nice. Which system you get that on?
I got it on the Xbox Series S.
Okay. Nice. Looks good.
And I think it does look good. It's not it's not like it doesn't have a patch for like next gen. I think it's running in backward compatibility mode, but looks good. I mean, it doesn't run at 60. I don't think the game actually runs at 60 even on the Series S. So maybe they'll patch it, but no, it's fun. It looks good. It's I like the art style, and the graphics and the sound. It's a fun game for sure.
All right, I did play more of Ys 9 before Mario came out, and Ys 9 has gotten a lot better. So I think I'm like 10 hours in now. Actually, I've been rolling through it, and the game. So Ys 8 was a bit different than this one. This is like kind of a different idea with that. So it is kind of like Final Fantasy, where everyone's different, but this one you have monstrums is what they're called, and they're almost like their spirit forms or their more powerful forms, and you're essentially just going through this town. It seems like everything right now just takes place in a town, and different gates open up as you play through it, and the monstrum forms are unrecognizable from their normal form, so you meet everyone initially as their monstrums, and then you'll end up seeing who they actually are as you go through the story, which is kind of a different take. Rather than see everyone's secret identity immediately, you don't know who these people are that you're fighting with, and they're going through and showing backstories like one by one as they transform back into who they actually are in the town. So there are some interesting concepts right now with it. I still think this game's like a 50 or 60 hour game, so I'm probably still like not even a third of the way through completely for the story, but it's getting pretty good. So I'm enjoying it. What else did you guys play? Anything else really? I know 3D World was like the big thing this week that everyone was talking about.
I played a franchise that I am absolutely garbage at, but I want to get better.
What's
Killer
that?
Instinct.
Killer Instinct. What?
Okay, on the
Interesting.
Xbox,
On the
Xbox
Xbox.
Series X.
Yeah, I got it. I actually never played the one that came out on the Xbox One, so I went ahead and got that, and then you could get the two classic ones through Game Pass as well. The newer one, it definitely feels like a newer fighting game, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm not bad at this. Beat the story mode a couple times, had fun, and then I went back to the old ones, and I was just like, holy shit, I am terrible at, like, I was struggling to like beat the first person, and I'm like, what am I doing wrong here? Like, I feel like I could play a classic fighting game from anyone, SNK, Capcom, and just jump right in. But this game was just like perplexing me, so I had to like do a little bit of research and how the combo system works and the striking and whatnot. But now I'm getting better at it because I want to get that Killer Instinct arcade 1-up cabinet, because I never had, and I never had a Super Nintendo growing up, so I didn't play Killer Instinct on the SNES.
I used to play Killer Instinct that had the black cartridge that you could get.
Yeah.
And I used to play it on there a lot back in the day. I remember Cinder had like the easiest combo. It was just, you would just hold towards the person and just keep hitting Y over and over again, and he would just do the most ridiculous combo.
I've been using Jago,
okay.
and he's pretty easy because his moves feel sort of familiar. I've dabbled a little bit with Saber Wolf as well. I really like that game though. But what's really weird about it, and it made me think about it while I was playing it, is like, I think the fighting game genre is the one genre, especially in 2021, that you can't just come out with a new game of it and like new characters and it be super successful. Because like, I feel like there has to be some sort of tie either to another fighting franchise or just another video game franchise, because you sort of get assimilated with these characters. And it's like, if a company just came along and made a whole bunch of new characters and put them in the fighting game, even if the fighting mechanics were amazing, like, I still don't think it would be super successful.
Yeah, like there's Guilty Gear is coming out with a new one, Guilty Gear Strive.
That Guilty Gear Strive looks freaking incredible.
Well, Guilty Gear's
Yeah.
been around for so long, it's been 20 plus years. Like,
But the mechanics.
I don't see a lot of people. I don't see as many people talking about it right now. It's the only thing, and it looks incredible.
As a game,
And,
it's just known as it being hyper difficult. Which, I mean, the higher you put the bar in the ceiling, the less people want to reach for it.
That's
what made it good.
Yeah, that's what does make it good.
That's what made Guilty Gear on the PlayStation 2 so awesome, was that level of difficulty where you had to get better to actually beat the arcade mode. And they try to casualize it with the last one, and it just it wasn't received well by fans, and now they're going back to those roots. And I think Guilty Gear is actually on the up and up, partially because Arc System has that fame due to Dragon Ball Fighters. So people are kind of like, oh, this is their other fighting game. I'm going to check this one out now.
You know what? I think though, and I know this is shallow, but I think really the graphics are going to get people to check it out. even if the game is more difficult, the style and the graphics of the game just look incredible.
Yeah,
it looks so good, and all of the big fighting game content creators are all talking about it. You know, everyone's talking about it from like the big fighting game guys. So they're also going to launch in a little bit of a different time period, like with social media and with, you know, YouTube and content creation. So I think this one could be like the most popular Guilty Gear, and it's launching on it's launching on PC, PlayStation 4, PS5. So it's launching on you know, everything all at once. That's not staggered. So that's a good thing too. So I mean, I'm looking forward to watching the high level play. I'm not going to play it, but
that looks like something you could actually enjoy watching too, just because how visually impressive it is. So.
I really enjoy watching Guilty Gear, especially when I was at Evo. You know, when they did the Evo Guilty Gear, it's fantastic. I love watching you know, Guilty Gear at Evo. It's amazing.
Remember that shitty one that was on the DS and it was like 3 planes and like you would jump between the planes?
Yeah.
I was so hungry for a 2D. That always blew my mind how the 2DS had, like, aside from the Mortal Kombat where they did Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 on there, the Nintendo DS had no 2D fighters on it, and I was just like, this is such a missed opportunity.
It had a great one with the Bleach franchise that Treasure developed.
I don't play anime.
That game's really good though, Sean. I played the Bleach games and they're phenomenal. They're really good.
I wanted Street Fighter, and that's all I wanted. Street Fighter.
Check out the Bleach game on the DS. No, it is
you
good.
really should play the Bleach. You should play the Bleach fighting game on the DS. It's amazing.
And then the 3DS was the complete opposite, because you had Ultra Street Fighter 4 or whatever the fuck they called it on the 3DS. You had Tekken and you had Dead or Alive all come out at like the launch of the system, and then it was like, I'm here. We'll see you guys later. You know, just weird to me.
Click, did you play more? You play more Blue Fire?
Yeah, dude. I actually really like that game a lot. It's a lot of fun.
Okay, you're enjoying it. All right. I was playing it, then I put it down for ease, but I was gonna go back to it because it's some of the platforming was a little annoying at times, but once you get through start getting through some of those, like the sections they throw you into where you touch like an object and it puts you in like an obstacle course, you get the hang of it after a little while. Yeah. So I was playing through it. I was like, all right, this is pretty fun, but I did drop it for ease 9. So are you midway through it? Are you hours into it?
We're probably, I think we're close to probably 30% of the way through. I want to say maybe a little bit more. Some of those voids are really, really tough, but I think the biggest thing, obviously it's not going to be super heavy on like story. The music's good. I think the way that the game looks and runs is really, really pretty. Haven't had too many bugs. I think game crashes is the biggest thing with that game. And I know the team's aware of it. So I think they said they were working on it, but the combat is just super fun. I really do enjoy it. It's really snappy. The different abilities that you can unlock as you go, with the different items that you acquire. It's really quick. It's like a bite-sized Zelda dungeon mixed in with more platforming. So if like Mario and Zelda had a baby, but it also feels like a little bit like Celeste, a little bit. It reminds me of Hollow Knight, and then Wind Waker. It's like a love child of all these really cool video games kind of brought into one. And Chad, if no one has got to try out Blue Fire yet, it's a really good, like $20. I don't know if it's still on sale. I think it was on sale for like $17.
I think it's still the launch sale. Yeah,
it's on Switch and it's on Steam. Really, really fun. I didn't think I would enjoy it as much as I did. Like, it looked cool in the trailers, but actually, like, the fact that it's just so simple and like straight to the point, there's not a whole bunch of fluff and stuff. It's just really, really cool. I like the aspect of the world and the little characters and the music, everything about it. Really fun. So
nice. What about Jordan over there?
So a lot of interesting things this week. Click, you were not here last week, but last week and this week I have been playing a lot of Age of Calamity.
Are you serious?
I have been.
Let's go.
Last week I claimed that it was a fantastic game, and I still stick by that. Still fantastic. Still having fun with it. And that's a game, like, I play it on the Switch Lite because I feel like I haven't played like a handheld type situation in a while, so it's kind of nice to just like sit around and pull that out and play that game. I went back to Assassin's Creed with my stubbornness. All right. And I sent a picture in the group chat here. Some people have already saw this. I am completed the game. 103 hours, 37 minutes, and 5 seconds is my final save of the game.
103 hours?
103 hours. I have the highest level in the game. I am doing the power levels above that, the mercenary levels, I believe. I have done all of the all 4 ending missions, which is the story, the main timeline story, and a whole secret mythological story, and then a hunting down the secret bad people story. Everything. And I do not like this game still. I'm just very stubborn and completed it.
Put 100 hours into it.
But let me tell you, 70 of them were nonstop me just yelling obscenities at the screen of how much I don't like this game. With that being said, I cannot wait for the DLC to get back into this and to complain about it some more. So I still don't recommend the new Assassin's Creed, but I still
Did you get Excalibur?
I did get Excalibur. I got all those tablets you have to get Excalibur. But there's a lot in the game that's really cool, but it's always ruined by something crappy, and the payoff at the end is not worth it. There is nothing that really goes, my mind is blown. There's a couple little nice throwbacks and nods, but other than that, not worth it. Not even worth it if you had to do regular 60 hours. All right, it's still not worth it.
I raced through the game and beat it in 60 hours.
Yeah, you sound like an Assassin's Creed fan, Jordan. Like you
I am an Assassin's Creed fan.
Like every Assassin's Creed fan I know.
But I'm complaining about, like, I'll still be vocal about the stuff I don't like.
Sounds like Assassin's Creed fans.
So yeah, you probably won't hear me complain about that until the DLCs drop. Then I was like, okay, what am I going to punish myself with next to play? That's in my backlog of stuff I don't really want to return to. Put in Red Dead Redemption 2. 10 minutes later, I pulled out that game. It still controls so bad. I said, absolutely not. I took it out. And I was like, well, I just installed this whole game to play for 10 minutes. That's great. And I just installed Detroit Become Human because that's been on my backlog forever.
Okay.
So I'm excited to play.
Dude, that's fun to go back and revisit. I did that maybe a month ago now. And it's fun, man, to go back and revisit and just mess around with all the different endings and stuff. It's really good.
That's been on my backlog forever. So now I'm like, finally gonna sit down and play that, and then I played a little bit of Little Nightmares too. So that's
Nice.
That's been my week. At least I'm done with Assassin's Creed.
What about OJ? What you got?
Played Blue Fire some more, so I did do that, and that's pretty much everything that Click said. I kind of echo with it. A couple of issues with some of the platforming for me, but overall, I think the game is super fun, like Zelda, all that stuff mixed together. So that's good. I think I also played. Obviously, we played Mario, so
Yeah.
we're gonna talk about Mario then. But I didn't really play anything new after that. From what I remember, I can't think of anything new that I played. So it was just Mario, and it was just Blue Fire. And I played like Dragon Quest today, but that game's old, so everyone knows about Dragon Quest 11S. I played that some more today. Just played my old typical games that I usually play, Mario Kart and all the stuff that I normally play, Smash, that I play every single week. And yeah, so nothing eventful, but we're going to talk about Mario. Mario's fantastic. And we should have some
Spoilers.
spoilers. I can't talk about, I think I can talk about Persona 5 Strikers because I saw the other people talking about, I can talk about it. Yeah, I've been playing Persona 5 Strikers, and it's super good. I really like the game quite a bit. I'm really enjoying what they've done with the formula. There's this back and forth whether it's a Warriors game, it's not. I'm kind of more in the not because of the stuff that they do in the game. But I really like the mastery moves and everything they put in. Check out the demo. Like I tell people, check out the demo, play it yourself. You need a Japanese account. So they don't have an English demo. They don't have a Western demo, but they have a Japanese demo and it's in English. Check it out yourself and see what I'm talking about when it comes to the game. To me, it's one of the best ways of taking what they did, like with the Warriors engine, and making it into like its own thing. Like it doesn't play like Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity. It has like its own play style. It feels like, Persona 5 action RPG. So that's what it feels like to me. Persona 5, the action RPG, with some Warriors elements and some platforming and like lots of stuff kind of built into it, dungeon crawling type of stuff. So I'm really, 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 really enjoying it. Playing it on the Switch and I'm playing it on PS4. So I'm playing it on both.
What day is that out? Or they have like the digital deluxe version. Is that on the 19th?
Yeah. If you buy the digital deluxe version, you get it 4 days early. So you can play it next week.
Yeah.
If you buy it digital. If not, then you've got to wait till.
Yeah, I'll probably grab it that version on the PS5 digitally, and then get a physical one.
Yes, it's happy to report. So the PS5 version of the game, or the backwards compatibility, it is very good. There's basically no loading times. It's very smooth. Doesn't really drop frames at all, no matter how many enemies are on screen. It's really good. Switch version, 30 frames per second. Doesn't really falter. Like, it doesn't dip or anything, but it's locked at 30. So if you want the portable play, which there's a lot of extra stuff in the game, so some people might want that. But if you want the performance and everything, the PS5, if you have a PS5, it's not on Xbox, but it's on PC, Steam. So you can also go that route too. So,
all right, Nate, let's hear it.
What did I play this week? Bowser's Fury, but that's for later. I guess the only weird game, but it's not weird, it's a great game, just no one played it because everyone's a fool, was Fist of the North Star Lost Paradise. And it's a fantastic game. It's like $9 on the PlayStation Store right now, and it's Fist of the North Star meets Yakuza.
Did you just decide to do that because it was on sale on the Big in Japan sale?
No, I've had it since it came out. I just never really dove deep into it, and I don't know why I didn't.
I play on that PS5, aren't you?
Yeah, pretty much. I was like, hey, it's here. I'm gonna dive back into Lost Paradise and kick some ass with Kenshiro. So I did.
Just something to play. I should check that game out. I'm not really into Fist of North Star, but it looked fun from some of the things I saw with it.
Just play it like a Yakuza game.
Okay, see, I can do that.
Same thing.
That'll work.
Yeah, you kill people. I mean, it's extremely violent and gruesome, so don't play it in front of your kid unless you want your kid to see like someone's head blow up and their brains come out of their ear.
What game are you talking about, Nick?
Fist of the North Star Lost Paradise.
That's such a long name.
Okay. Evan, are you still doing Valheim?
Yep.
That's
doing the new Genshin stuff in Valheim, which in a week I beat Jordan's time for his Assassin's Creed save. So,
but is your game at least good?
I love it. It's
Did you
it
get
is
Excalibur?
I'm happy.
I probably could. You never know what they'll add. I mean, it's Vikings as well, so it kind of works out.
It is. I will say this: it seems to be taking off right now online, like Steam, Twitch, all these places. It had 300,000 concurrent players.
Yep.
The other
They
day
sold
on
1 million
Steam,
copies
so-
in their first week,
Yeah.
I believe.
What type of game is this?
Open world sandbox action, kind
Survival?
of an RPG, a little bit of survival. It's very early access. There's 3 biomes in the game that don't even have things in them. They're just there placeholders until they get that stuff out. But yeah, that's
Is this like kind of like a Rust style game?
kind of.
Yeah.
I don't know. It just
Yeah,
feels.
there's a big difference in the way this looks and how Assassin's Creed looks.
No, there's a big difference. The world's very massive though, and it's all randomly generated, just like kind of most of those games. Still a little Terraria-ish, but it's one of those games where I get on and I'm just like, let me build this shack real quick so I can store some stuff, and then 5 hours later I'm just staring at this superstructure that I built, and I'm like, yeah, that'll do. And then it's 4 a.m. and I'm like, yeah, great.
I did also pop in 13 on the Xbox series again.
Oh, how is that?
It's still bad. They've updated it like 4 times.
Like
It was
that remake?
Yeah, it's still bad. It's
Is
the
it?
one that looks like Fortnite.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate. It's still like there was like an 18 gigabyte update or something. It's still bad. So unfortunate. It went back in the case and back on the shelf. Yeah, it's not.
It happens.
Oh, and then I did play a bunch of Nuketown, Sean.
Oh yeah, I play that. I mean, that just goes without saying.
Still confirmed, Nuketown.
Yeah.
Yep, I was playing a lot of that. It's like, sure, it'd be cool if Sean was on right now.
Gotta be late night.
Yeah, it wasn't late night. It was like 10 a.m.
Ew. Still trying to figure out where I am at 10 a.m.
Apparently you're at home.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, my
Why do I
life.
keep waking up on the floor?
See, as we wake up, we got like hot dogs and like soda cans all around.
I think I need one of those CPAP machines, but I refuse to do anything about it. I have terrible sleep.
Do you have sleep apnea?
Oh yeah, like real bad.
Then yeah, you probably should get one since you're like dying every time you fall asleep.
I mean, we're all dying when you come to think about it.
I think it's a little more extreme than that, Sean. Like some people flat out just stop breathing.
Yeah, oh yeah. I've had like the funny thing is like, if, you know, you got a lady friend over or something, I don't even tell them about it, and then just like the next morning they're like shocked. I'm like, what? You stopped breathing in your sleep. You kept dying. Oh yeah, it's normal. Don't worry about it.
I don't think this is funny, Sean. I'm trying not to. I don't think this is funny, to be honest, dude.
Like seriously, you know how many times you probably wake up in your sleep without you even knowing?
You know, I think Reggie White died. Like, I think that's how Reggie White died.
Reggie White was a lot bigger than me, though.
I know, but still.
Say.
All right. We might need to look into that, Sean.
It'll be all right.
Okay.
Why can't I just buy one? That's my thing. I don't want to go to a fucking doctor. Just let me buy one.
Do you know how to use it?
I'll watch a YouTube video.
You have to clean it every day. You have to clean it every day.
You're wrong.
Did you check on Instacart?
No, they won't sell it because I've looked at like the machines and it's like, yeah, they have a prescription for it, and it's like, fuck. I guess I'm out.
I think you can do like a virtual doctor's appointment, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I see a virtual doctor anyways.
So there you go. What are you complaining? You even got to leave your home.
Let's see if it's available on my service.
There you go. Evan, we got Discord questions.
What are your thoughts on the casting for the HBO live adaptation of Last of Us?
I wish they would have went with the black dude for Joel, like that was being rumored, just to see people lose their shit.
Who was rumored for it? Was it Mahershala?
Pedro Pascal.
No, he got cast.
No,
he got rumored. Was it Mahershala Ali?
Yeah.
Mahershala is fantastic,
but he was never gonna get it.
I know. It was just like almost like a trolley tweet, but like people.
I don't think he was in talks at all, but he's great.
And Pedro makes sense.
Pedro could fit.
No, Hugh Jackman would have been great, Joel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I mean,
I do like Pedro though, so it's fine. But I don't know.
Yep.
Personally, for me, like I don't really care who's casted. I just want to make sure the show itself is like a good, like the package is like actually legit. I mean,
they only need Joel for like 10 minutes, right?
I think it's like they're doing the whole franchise, aren't they?
Season 1 is game 1. Season 2 is game 2. It's gonna be great.
Oh, gotcha.
When season 2 starts off with a literal swing and a miss, it's gonna be great.
They better change. Honestly, they better change that crap. Like that better not actually play out, or I'm finding Drunkman myself. I'm seeking them out. If they actually play it out the way that it played out during the game, I probably will. I never get upset over movies and stuff, but that should not be repeated. Like that should not be repeated.
What we have, Evan, we got another Discord question.
Which Switch game do you think is the most technically impressive?
Oh, I'm gonna say Luigi's Mansion 3.
That was pretty.
So which Switch game?
Yeah, I think it looked really good. I think the motion, the movement, animations, all that stuff was really good for Luigi's Mansion 3.
I'm going to say The Witcher 3.
I'll say Doom.
Doom's a good pick as well.
The new Doom Eternal?
No, I'll go with the original Doom.
Oh, wow, okay.
What was the ask?
Most technically impressive Switch game to you?
That's Hello Kitty kart racing, honestly. Or Garfield kart racing. That one looks pretty good.
Game.
I think I'll still go with Zelda, man. Like the Sheikah Slate and what that game does, like the physics and everything, like how you can climb up anything, chop down the trees, go. Like to me, Zelda is still technically, it's just the most impressive game.
I would say I really do love the Breath of the Wild engine, but just sheerly for the fact of it is the most buttery smooth motion controls I've ever had. I love Splatoon. The motion controls have ruined playing any other shooter on controller for me because of motion. So.
Okay.
Huh.
What do you think, Nate?
I think I'd go with ARMS.
Oh,
ARMS character models are phenomenal. Just because no one on this cast plays the game, you're all disqualified from having an opinion on ARMS.
Technically impressive.
People forget that game exists, Nate.
I might say that. Are you including like the netcode, like the rollback netcode that it has, and what they did to make it really smooth in it? Are you including that too?
No, because that should disqualify every game that Nintendo puts online.
No, but that game has really good netcode. It's really good netcode.
Yeah, but it might only be because there's like 5 of us playing. It's me and Roger, and
no, it has nothing. Has nothing to do with it. It has nothing to do with the in terms of like the bandwidth of people. It means like the game, how they programmed it, it's really good. They actually absorb any type of lag when you extend the arms.
I mean, everything in that game is well programmed and well made. The visuals are outstanding. The character models are highly detailed. You look at Ribbon Girl, you can look at any of them. You can see ramen in her hair, and it's just an underappreciated game. Eventually, they'll make a sequel, and people will see the game as the greatness that it is.
I like Arms. I put like well more than 100 hours into Arms, so I like the game.
Yeah, I enjoy the game too. I'm not gonna disagree.
Twin Tail's my girl. Yeah, Twin Tail's my girl. I'll freaking body you. I want to body you in that game, Nate. We gotta play Twin Tail.
That's the gauntlet has been dropped.
Let's run it. Let's run it.
Stream it. Tournament style.
Heck yeah.
We got another Discord question, Evan.
With the recent announcement of 6 Days in Fallujah, do you think that games have finally gotten the acceptance that they can be works of art and deal with tough subjects?
A lot of assumptions are being made right now with that statement. We haven't seen the product. We do not know if it's addressing this topic with care. So you can't really have an opinion based on an unknown project of whether or not it's going to address this matter in a mature way that it has to. So right now, we're assuming it based on what the developers are saying they have approached the topic with. But until we see the finalized product, can't say.
I think that's fair. Yeah, we got to see the game itself. Yeah, so I think that's the good point. We'll see how it turns out. Do they know when they're even going to show anything with it at this point? I mean, it sounds like they just basically announced it.
Apparently, there are previews coming in March.
Okay,
that's when the embargo lifts, so that's when we should hear more information. But
we should revisit this question then when we see the game. That's a good idea. Do we have a different Discord question then, Evan? And we'll come back to that one after the game comes out, because I'm sure that'll be a hot topic then.
Which Final Fantasy style game would you recommend on the Switch?
Which Final Fantasy game?
Style. I mean, if it's a Final Fantasy one, that's also fine, but style as well. Yeah. Because he says he played
multiple styles.
Because he played 9 and 10, and he said that they didn't really age well for him.
Really? I thought 10 would have aged okay the way it's set up. 9, I get the PS1 games, like I get those are like serious like turn-based style games for the most part. So that's like some people are gonna look at that like
I have a problem with this question though, because Final Fantasy went from turn-based to like
there's a lot
action, you know, so it's like Final Fantasy style. It does lots of styles. There's lots of different styles of Final Fantasy. So I mean, maybe I can just give you just a game like try Ys 8 Lacrimosa of Dana and see what you think about
any
that
of the Ys series, really.
Yeah. Try that on Switch, and that's an action RPG. That's kind of old school. I think John, you said it kind of reminds you of like the PS2 era. I agree, you know, with that. So try Ys. That's what I would say at least. Or Octopath, if you're looking for like old school Final Fantasy, like
old school Octopath,
Octopath Traveler.
Yep. Or if you want to do something more action oriented, you get Trials of Mana. There you go.
Yeah. Trials of Mana. Yeah. That's a good one.
Styles of Final Fantasy though, I liked Final Fantasy Tactics. I like the strategy RPG style. So that's what I would
which they haven't went back to since.
They need to. Square.
That PSP game is just sitting there waiting to be on Switch. You know,
it's good too. It's so good. Square needs to do a lot. They need to move a lot of things to the Switch. All right, a lot of these games.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right, let's talk about Mario 3D World, Bowser's Fury. Who got a chance to play it?
Me.
Mine's still out for delivery.
Jordan's is with Animal Crossing for date.
They have 15 more minutes to deliver it for its second day.
They just rubber banded those things together.
You better hope it's on with my Animal Crossing.
It still says out for delivery.
We should get your delivery guy on since he's obviously the one playing it right now.
At least yours made out for delivery. Mine's still in transit.
It's been out for delivery for 2 days.
Mine's been in transit for a year.
I know, but mine has a chance.
My Animal Crossing must have taken the plane to visit your friend's islands in Animal Crossing.
So I'm going to say Super Mario 3D World Bowser's Fury out Friday, picked it up, and I like Bowser's Fury quite a bit. So much so that I did what MVG did. MVG, what'd you do with it?
I beat it in like 2 hours. Yeah,
I beat it in one sitting.
But I am going back now and like trying to 100% the game, which I think doesn't take much longer.
Right now I have like just over 70 of the cat shines. So I'm working through them. There's 100. So I'm just kind of working through them. But yes, it was surprisingly good.
Brilliant.
Like so much so, I have a video coming out tomorrow, and I had no plans on making a video for this thing, but I was like, I stopped and I was like, this is how 3D Mario games should be from now on.
Yeah,
It should
exactly.
be like Bowser's Fury. It is like an actual turning point for the Mario series, and it's an add-on, basically attachment to Mario 3D World. So I really like what I saw here with this game. I mean, a lot of people I'm sure are going to beat it in a couple of sessions. It's not a super long game. It's 3 hours, like 2 to 3 hours mostly. I assume, Sean, you rolled right through that.
Yeah, I just, you know, it wasn't all that hard, but I loved a lot of the things that they introduced into it. And really, I was under the impression that it was going to play more like Odyssey. But
That's
it's
what
really,
I thought too going into it.
yeah, like, but it's not. It's literally like they took the 3D world mechanics and just made it for a more, you know, traditional 3D style game. And it's brilliant. The no loading times or anything. We haven't even talked about the Bowser's Fury shit that happens. Like I was really blown away by just how good it was.
Yeah, it was surprising for what was presented to what we actually got, because I thought it was just going to be like another like world for 3D World that we'd go to, and it's like this extra hour-long thing, and it's like no, it's completely, it plays different than what you were expecting with 3D World. So they drop you in. There is the thing I really liked is the whole thing, and I think the reason why it was so easy to beat in one sitting is it's just it's seamless completely. Like there's no breaks, because like if you play like a Mario game, like a 3D Mario game, there's a lot of chances for you to just be like, I'm gonna stop right here, because it's like you jump into the paint and you jump out, and you're like, I did that a few times, now I think I'm gonna stop for tonight. But like the whole thing is just connected completely, so you're just going from one cat shine to the next, even if you're changing islands, which might be from like the ice world to the lava world, or you're going to the world that's like basically one big slide that you're going down on the big ice skate, and there's variety there. I think it's pretty obvious that this was something they didn't spend an obscene amount of time or resources on. It kind of feels like, I don't know, MVG, would you play around with, like, if you were in like if you were developing and stuff, would you guys be like, hey, let's play around with an idea here, let's see if we can make it work? And I mean, I don't think you would then release it and be like, let's just tack it on, but like I almost look at this like they were coming up with ideas around how they could approach the next 3D Mario game. Yeah. And they were like, you know what, this is actually a game we created here, let's just tack it on to 3D World.
I wonder if I do wonder if they're giving us a glimpse into the future of you know what's coming next, you know what I mean? Because like you're right. I mean, this is something that they didn't really have to include as part of this game, right? Because 3D World on its own stands alone as a pretty damn good game, and they've made it even better with this version. So yeah, I think they're giving us a taste of the future of the Mario franchise.
Yeah, just all open world, but they make this map larger, and it's not just ocean, because it's pretty obvious they were like, you know, we don't really want to create a landscape that has to be unique all over the place. Let's just, it takes place on an ocean.
Because my initial thought, like Sean said, I thought it was just going to be like Mario Odyssey, like some type of 2-hour DLC almost, but not obviously DLC. And yeah, I mean, they've really, you know, made this something really unique and special.
Yeah,
with new mechanics. And so I sincerely hope that the Giga Bowser stuff isn't just a one and done for this stuff, because I think that's something that they could really explore. And I love how when you get into the Giga Bowser battle, you see all the islands that you visited or whatever, and they're just shrunk down because you're so big, but you can still see the little details and stuff like that. And I just love it. And the lighting effects when, you know, Bowser's throwing the shit at you, and like if you get on Plessy while there's a Fury attack going on, it's gorgeous, because like the lighting is reflecting off of the water and stuff like that. Just brilliant stuff. Absolutely loved it.
You know what I was thinking about, Sean, with this? I was like, all right, so what if this is like a small idea for them right now and they're going to build off it? What if they have multiple large enemies in the world, like a Shadow of the Colossus style setup, where they're just in the world and the map is huge, right? It's much bigger than what we have now with this, but like the big enemies or monsters are different creatures from like the Mushroom Kingdom that are blown up, and you have to take them down in different ways rather than just they wake up occasionally and then you collect all these bells. Or maybe they have one that has like the entire big monster is like the island part, and you have to do all the objectives on top of them to win. Like there's a lot of things they could do with this.
And if you think about it, it's sort of a seed was planted with Odyssey, because there was 2 boss battles in Odyssey that were just kind of like, these are very dark. You know, these creatures are very large. Like they almost felt like, you know, they stood out, but kind of like a sore thumb. It was like, this feels weird. It was cool as hell. Don't get me wrong. But like, I definitely got those, even the darker vibes from it too. And I think that would be a cool ass idea. Like, I think they need to explore big creatures and things like that. And, you know, just switch up the gameplay. Like, you know, Odyssey did a good job. But really, to me, Odyssey is a game that I consider like a Super Mario 64, you know, sort of an extension of that. Like, it didn't really change the game. It just it introduced new concepts and things like that. But at its core, you can really compare it to Super Mario 64, the level structure, you know, the stuff like that. But I think it's definitely something they can explore with the next Mario game. And it's something they should explore.
It's time to give it the Breath of the Wild moment.
Might as well.
Cool.
Yeah.
And you can still go back. I mean, it's not like Zelda games have completely abandoned the old concepts. Like, you just got, you know, the Link's Awakening remake.
Right.
Yep, absolutely. So if they do that, I mean, it's going to be the end of this year. It's going to be 4 years since Odyssey. So you feel like they're doing something with 3D Mario to cap off this generation. It's probably going to have one more really big 3D Mario game. And yeah, if you do a Mario game that's a big open world style thing, and maybe you have large enemies roaming around that world.
Do you guys think that they're gonna do another Mario game on this current?
Yeah, I gotta.
I'm not so sure about that.
I gotta agree with OJ. I mean, if you look at all the Mario games on the Switch right now, even though a lot of them are, you know, remakes and stuff like that, I mean, there is a pretty decent collection of Mario games on the system right now. So, is there room for another one? I don't know. Like, maybe
they sell
Mario.
They sell.
I kind of think Odyssey. Like, let's say the Wii U was successful. I almost feel like Odyssey would have ended up on the Wii U.
I think
probably.
Odyssey
Probably
could have ended up on the Wii U.
I feel like that they looked at that and they were like, maybe we'll save this for the first year of the Switch.
I think a lot of stuff could have ended up on the Wii U.
Yeah. So like that's what I mean though. I think the Wii U threw off their schedule anyway with that. Like, we may right now be talking about, hey, when's that 3D Mario game, the big 3D Mario game, going to show up for the Switch? If the Wii U was successful.
I mean, if you look at, you know, games like Splatoon 2, that could have easily been a Wii U title.
Splatoon 1.
Super Mario.
There was Splatoon 1 already.
Right, but you could have put, if the Wii U, what I'm saying is if the Wii U was successful, Splatoon 2 would have been a game on that. Odyssey would have been a game on that. Breath of the Wild was a game on that. So they probably just, like you said, switched a lot of the, no pun intended, switched a lot of the development of those games to the Nintendo Switch because it made sense.
Yeah, I would love the idea of having the big 3D Mario to end like the generation, something open world like that. Some new ideas.
Or does it start a new generation?
Oh, maybe.
There's a question for you.
But it would be cross-gen. But they'd make it cross-gen then, right?
But
Mario Kart.
If that's the case, according to Nintendo, we are only halfway through the life cycle of the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, but we still need Metroid and all these games that we're still waiting on. So let's get those out too.
How do we know Metroid Prime 4 is on the Switch? How do you know that's not a next gen game?
If it's anything, it's cross gen.
All I've seen is a PNG for it.
Right.
Nice PNG. Okay.
It had a little fade and stuff with it.
Did have an animation.
You just have to think for yourself and question authority with that.
It had the same. It had about as much animation as Bayonetta 3's had so far. So.
You're not wrong.
I mean, Bayonetta had more. We at least saw her legs get like sliced off.
No, she was shooting her gun. She shot her gun a couple
her
times.
Legs just fall off, clean cut.
Where'd they go?
2018 was fun. Gosh. It's been a long time.
Can we talk about 3D World real quick? I love the fact that they've sped up the Mario's like movement in the game. Like, I didn't really think, like, I thought that 3D, like, I love 3D World. I think 3D World is one of the better Mario games, and I kind of felt like they shouldn't have messed with the game at all, but giving him faster movement actually really does help the game a lot. And it was surprising to see, but I really enjoy the reason they did that. I think it was really cool.
I played the first world of 3D World after I finished Bowser's Fury, and I was
did you ever play and finish 3D World on the Wii U?
I did. Yeah, that was one of the few Wii U games I bought and played all the way through. There weren't a lot at the time, but that was one because I was like, all right, this is a Mario game. I'm gonna grab it and play it. I liked it, but yes, it is faster on the Switch by a noticeable amount. So I played through the first world and I was kind of like, I just want another Bowser's Fury style game. Because I did that after I beat Bowser's Fury.
Yeah.
But I think it's good, especially if you have 4 people to play with or 3 other people to play with. It's a blast still. And the online is okay depending on how people's connections are. I saw OJ did a test and it worked well.
As soon as we booted up the guy with horrible internet, everything ran fine.
It seems to be if somebody has a bad connection, the whole thing just runs.
It jacks. If one person has a bad connection, it jacks up everything. Like it just destroys everything.
3D
But
world?
yeah, in 3D world, like if somebody has a bad connection, and it'll tell you like, this is like, the connection's bad. It's unstable. It won't, because like as soon as that person left, shout outs to my boy TH3, he's awesome. But like once he left, and we had a guy that was East Coast, and then we had another guy that was in Canada. So, and I'm in California. So the fact that we're so far away, it ran fine. So yeah.
Well, at least it's usable. We'll say that. If everyone has a connection,
as soon it was actually really good as soon as he left. But there are some issues. It depends on but the 2 people that I was playing with, they were both Ethernet plugged in.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if it's Ethernet plugged in, and if it's far away, Canada or East Coast, but if you're playing on Wi-Fi and your internet's like you have one of those crappy like Netgear routers, you don't have like a Nighthawk or something like that, it's probably it's not gonna.
Yeah, we can't really. That's the problem. Everyone's like Wi-Fi situation so different. It's just easier to be like, look, just get the LAN adapter, so we don't have to deal with any of the Wi-Fi stuff.
People have bad, and I don't think most people have bad. Like they don't have good internet. I don't think people have good speed, especially here in America. The speed, like, did you guys see the prices for speeds here?
It's pretty bad.
It's pretty bad. I mean, we all pay for the highest speed, and we pay 100 something or whatever the case that we pay. But a lot of people don't want to pay that price to get that speed. They will pay the $30 or $40 package or whatever, and the speeds are horrible, absolutely terrible.
Yeah. So Comcast.
Yeah. And there's barely any providers. That's nothing. Like it's like monopolized. It's like there's barely any providers.
Comcast, Spectrum.
It's like Comcast, Spectrum. You got like FiOS, that's very limited. But like there's barely anybody that provides internet,
Yeah.
So it's like it sucks.
It's frustrating. We'll see what happens. Maybe Starlink will change things. We'll see. Oh well. So yeah, 3D World Bowser's Fury. Nate, what'd you think? You like it?
Yeah, it's good. It's a quality Mario game.
Did you just jump right into Bowser's Fury? Didn't even bother with 3D World? Yeah.
I didn't jump back into 3D World. I didn't want to play that again.
Yeah. But what do you think of Bowser's Fury? You like it? Good turn for the Mario franchise, 3D Mario franchise?
Yeah, it's good design. I mean, it has good ideas in it. I don't necessarily think it's a hint of what's to come for the Mario 3D franchise. I think this was more of them saying, what did we have in 3D World and how can we expand it into its own little thing? And this is ultimately what they crafted. You have the nice references to like Yoshi's Island and why Bowser Jr. had to be included. It's actually a good use of Bowser Jr. for once. He's not an annoying side character who's just there to annoy you like in Sunshine. He's actually utilized well. So that was nice. But visually, it's astonishing.
If they go back to the typical Mario after playing that, I will be kind of disappointed. I will say that. Like having to like basically teleport
Super Mario Bros.
all this stuff and jump into paintings and break up all the action to see what they could do with a big open world Mario game. A little disappointed if they went back to the.
They're always good at innovating when it comes to a new 3D Mario.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I do like the flow though. Like what John says, I think it's true. Having everything just open, like I almost burnt my damn pizza because I was playing. There's no loading. Usually I can put a Mario game, right? You can easily stop. Like John was saying, you can go stop. You can do something else. Maybe you don't want to play anymore. But this one, it's just open. You just get to go anywhere that you want, and that's kind of like the same addictiveness that Zelda has, Breath of the Wild, where like you just don't want to stop because it's just everything's just there, So I think that would be great if they went in that direction. I'm down because like I haven't beat it yet, but I think I played it for about 45 minutes or so. I've been trying to collect everything, and I love Bowser's Fury. But I mean, I really like the original base game too. Like I'm a big fan of 2D Mario, especially like Mario Bros. 3. So this blends 2D and 3D, at least the original game. So I like the original game, 3D World, and I also like Bowser's Fury. I like both styles.
Better than New Super Mario Brothers U.
Oh yeah, it's definitely better than New Super Mario Bros. U. Definitely better than that. But I'm telling you, man, that's the #1 kids game right there. I'm telling you, kids love that game.
Touché.
Not as much as they love Finnegan Fox.
And they removed the fall damage from the game. So you just jump right off the top of a tower and Bowser.
Yeah, you can just launch yourself and make these ridiculous jumps like
It's
across
not
half
matter.
the level. Be like, I don't need to go through this pipe. I'm just gonna fly.
Yeah, you just jump and your guy he just lands normally, like legs intact and all. So
I do like how all the abilities you can just like traverse through all the different areas just with all the different abilities and stuff, and how you can store like up to 5 of each. But I just like running around as Cat Mario. But I think what was really cool is like, you know, like the minor changes that happen throughout how the map just kind of naturally evolves. Like obviously, like when new stuff is revealed, it'll show like that mini cutscene. But like, you know, like when the cat appears, you know, you just like turn around, it's like, oh, you weren't there before, and then it's like all these little changes, or the, you know, the lighthouse is reset, and it was just really cute. I like it. It's I don't know. I was
managed to be
surprised.
cute and dark at the same time.
And for real, this is probably one of the coolest looking Bowsers ever. Honestly, it's like if it looks like if Bowser and Demise, like their concept art was just combined together. It was so cool.
I was a little disappointed with the boss fights, I should say.
In
I
what
haven't got
way?
there yet.
It's
Kind of typical Nintendo boss fights, like
it's
old school
samey.
ones.
I don't know. I
Yeah.
mean, you just fight Bowser several times and that's it. And it's like, I guess I don't know.
Like,
People are like, I don't have to
it-
jump on 3 times. Like, I mean,
It kind of just felt like a Mario game to me. It's like this is
Yeah.
what you get. So I was okay with it. I didn't really feel like it was, you know, it was
Family friendly.
disappointing.
I thought they
Yeah.
might change up the encounters a little bit because you.
Well, yeah, I mean, you become Ultra Instinct Super Saiyan Mario, and you're
Yeah.
fighting Jiren Bowser.
Meow.
Yeah, but you do that same thing like 4 times.
Well, see, that's where they could innovate with the next 3D Mario, where we could actually have.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm hoping for. If they have several large creatures, enemies you
Like,
fight,
what do you
like
do? You have hand-to-hand combat with these things?
maybe.
Maybe you have to have the controllers in each hand and
have like
I don't know.
fling it at
Here's
them.
an arms.
There you go. Yeah, you
do,
go
like,
hard.
ultra combos to Bowser, and he can counter you.
Yeah, you can just grab him and
Snaps,
yeet him.
Bowser, snaps Mario's arm.
Maybe there's one where you go to get really large to fight against one of the big creatures, but somehow they stop you from being able to do that, and you have to fight and take them down Shadow of the Colossus style, like as a small person the whole way, all small.
Oh, that'd be cool.
The whole way, right? So
Yeah.
you have to like climb up and take them down and all that. Like there'd be some cool stuff they could do rather than just have the same thing of you getting very large over and over again to fight. There's some cool stuff they could do going forward. So I hope that's something they have in mind.
Yeah, we probably have too great of ambitions to have these epic Mario encounters when it's just still going to be the standard hit Bowser 3 times and he's going to do "Arr," and then we're going to do it again later.
I'm trying to help out. I'm doing my part.
Kids play this. We can't have what was that game on the 360 where you like punch the moon and stuff? Capcom made it. It was a bunch of
Azura's
GT.
Wrath?
Yeah, Zura's
Azura's
Wrath.
Wrath.
Yes.
That's right,
We
right.
can't have Mario fighting Bowser like Asura's Wrath.
You can.
That game, wow, that would be awesome though. Holy shit! Picture that game.
I
Mario's Wrath.
have to stop for 1 second here because Grinning Wolf Games donated appears to be $100 through
I
super
think it's
chat.
Pounds? Is that pounds?
£100. Is that
Pound
pounds?
symbol?
Yeah, it's pounds.
Okay, pounds. But Grinning Wolf asked, pick your favorite controller from any generation or console or handheld in 2 colors.
The
I'll
Duke,
watch-
baby, the Duke.
That's what I was gonna say.
They said, I'll watch this tomorrow and might make a video of your choices. Happy 200th episode. Nate MVG, your legends. Hey, Sean. Regards from England. Your fan, Cerberus Asden.
Cheers, mate.
So we're thinking
Pick
the
your-
Duke in
We
purple
are
and black.
legends.
Pick your favorite controller from any generation or console or handheld in 2 colors. What do we got?
I'm gonna go Sega Saturn number 2 controller the second controller they released, and I'd have to go black and white because those are the only colors that it released in.
Okay.
I'm gonna do a DualShock 1, and it's gonna be in the theme of Croc. It's gonna be all green and have like scales. It's gonna be great.
SNK handheld in orange and gray.
Ooh.
That's a good one. Let's see. We'll go GameCube controller. And we'll make it purple and white.
Oh,
Yes, that's what we'll go with.
So I was thinking Wavebird.
Yeah, Wavebird. This one right here.
Oh,
That
I love
one right
it.
there.
I always got it right next to me.
It's
right
not the
here.
char one.
This is
It's
so
not the
good.
char one.
Bird.
Always ready.
Huh.
Never know.
Wait, is this hypothetical?
Yeah.
Uh,
Favorite controller, and you pick 2 colors for it.
I'd want a gold Nintendo Switch Pro controller.
Okay. Yeah.
Yes.
Maybe you'll get that this year.
Mm.
There you go.
GameCube. I got a GameCube controller. Just the Smash one. I have a black and white one that I use. So yeah, these are good.
What color would you want it if you could change the colors?
Oh yeah, like the red wine. Like you guys know, like the
Ooh.
like the
Didn't the
Xenoblade
3DS
type
come
of,
out like that?
Like
yeah,
the
like
Monado?
red wine.
Or was it the DS?
Yeah.
Monado.
The Monado. Or like the powder blue, or like a powder blue type of like what is it? Well, baby blue?
Baby blue? Okay.
Yeah, baby blue. I'm wearing like my Jordans, like these colors,
here they go.
like these right here,
That's nice.
like that type of blue.
Yeah.
That.
Are you wearing shoes inside?
Because it's cold.
You were just okay. You were like, oh, it's a nice
fucking-
56 degrees. It's
Yeah,
nice out.
when you're running and your body heats up, and now that I'm inside in this house, it's too big. I'm freezing, and I don't use the.
You can never have
Look
it.
at the low key flex. Oh, this house is too big. I'm freezing.
It's only one person there, and it's just me.
Oh.
You guys all have other people that live with you.
I live with no
Not
one.
true. I live with no one.
We're all
Okay, but you live
alone.
in an apartment, right, Jordan?
Sean turns his
Yes.
arcade machines on and he's warmed his house up.
My house isn't
Yeah.
really huge. It's
My
just,
air fryer.
it's just
Trying to get
room
you
is
a
big.
plant to live with, and he killed it.
Look, I even have a blanket, guys. I'm not kidding. It's freaking.
I
Whoa!
understand you need a blankie.
You have a blanket?
A
Yeah, it's my
blankie.
daughter's blankie. There's a horse on
Aw.
here. Horses.
She likes horses too?
Yeah,
Oh,
she's
we're
a
gonna be
big
best
horse.
friends.
Yes, she's a horse slave.
Yes, horse girls.
Who got the Mario 3D World Switch?
Yeah.
Red one.
Yep.
I ordered one.
You ordered one. MVG, you ordered one too. You're waiting for yours to come in.
Yeah, I did GameStop Thursday night, and it should be here on Monday, I think. So
Yeah. I just went to GameStop on Friday to pick the game up, and they just had a stack of them on the back counter. I was like,
I should have done that. But
I guess I can. I guess we'll do that. Okay, we'll do a video for that or something. Sean did the same thing. It seemed just
Yeah,
went to
because
the
everyone
GameStop.
was low key flexing in our group chat. Oh, I got it. Oh, I got it. Oh, you didn't get it. And I was just like, fuck. So I called. Well, see, the thing is, my first party dock just stopped working.
Oh,
Like it wouldn't
Weird.
work. And my Joy-Cons are absolute shit, and I never use them anymore. So I was like, well, I could somewhat justify it. But yeah, like I called my GameStop. I was like, you got any? And they were like, yeah. And I was like, all right. So I went down there, and then they were like, you're the first. And I went at I think 3:30 in the afternoon, and they're like, oh yeah, you're the first person that's even called or came in about this. I was like, well, great, give it to me.
that's
Bye.
interesting. It's interesting that the Switch was kind of just like, like it just didn't pull people in, I guess, as much as you'd expect. Like the Animal Crossing Switch, whew, that was gone.
Or maybe they printed a lot, or maybe they made a lot of these.
yeah, I think they did, because initially when I ordered on Thursday night, they sold out fast, and I was like, here we go again. The same thing. But it seems like they've got a lot of stock on hand this time around.
They only announced it also on social media,
Yo,
right?
let me get that cut for that super chat. Shit.
Oh my god.
that cut's gonna be off Amazon, where I actually order you lotion.
Yeah,
right?
we're ordering it for you straight up.
Hey, no, do it. That'll work.
That is fair, right? Okay.
No, yeah, no. I'm down.
Okay.
Good ass lotion.
Can I pick out the lotion here?
We'll have,
Get him
you'll have,
some Gold Bond.
have OJ do it, and then he just drops me the link. In
Let's
the,
get him a
in
bunch of them, and he can just
Okay.
do the YouTube video. I bought a bunch of lotion. This is what I think would be good.
I got it. I got a good one here.
Okay, we'll have OJ take care of that. All right, take care of Sean. He'll
Oh
take care of
gosh.
Oh gosh. All right, so we got the reds. You know what? The red itself in person looks better than I thought it would compared to the marketing material. I was concerned that it would be kind of clashing with the blue, but it works. I think it's not as I guess
think it's
vibrant red.
sexy.
It's not as vibrant red as I thought. Like I thought it'd be like really like almost bright. I guess to a point. It's not. It's kind of dull red. But the dock actually looks nice.
I like the dock, yeah.
The dock is nice. We don't get a lot of these special edition docks from Nintendo, and it's weird because that seems like easy way to make money is to just release different color docks. Like You should have like a blue, a red, a green, and whatever. Okay, I see it here. Okay. I found lotion for Sean. There you go. Okay. All right, easy enough. Okay, there you go, Sean.
Thank you.
Your lady friends will definitely thank me for this one.
I gotta use it on my elbows too. I got rhinoceros elbows.
Yeah, please put on those crusty elbows.
I remember Shamsa DM'd me once. She's like, "Did you get lotion for your elbows yet?" And I just sent her a picture of my crusty elbow.
Oh, why would you do that to poor Shamsa?
Because she knows me and she understands that that's how I talk to people.
Oh yeah, just sending pictures of your weenus.
She laughed.
Your weenus?
Whoa! I'm talking about elbows here.
That's your.
Yeah, that's it. That's the word for it.
Yeah.
Oh really?
Yeah.
It is.
You never like ran around school and be like weenus. Never.
No. I don't think
anyone No, click.
That sounds like a Florida thing. Was that a Florida thing?
No, hold on. I got a story this time. I remember I like came home and I was like, Mom. I was like, dude, James showed me his weenus today. And my mom's like, what? Oh, he showed you what? And I was like, his weenus. And she's like, what? And she's like, do I need to call the school? What do I do? And I'm like, no, his weenus. And my mom's like, I don't even know that exists. Wasn't even aware that was a thing. But yeah, apparently this is called a weenus.
Why would you call an elbow a weenus? That makes no sense.
I don't know, dude. That's just everybody at school. All the boys were running around like freaking flapping their arms like chickens, like weenus.
Technically, it's not your elbow. It's any loose skin around a joint.
Yeah, I looked at the definition here. Yeah, I never heard.
This is going to be a clip on the Clips channel, and it's going to be Click's face with the words, I showed you my weenus.
I don't know if I'd be
that's views.
I don't know if I'd be Googling that, Sean. That spell check might betray you on that one.
Hashtag Florida weenus in the chat.
My mom thought I got flashed though. I felt so bad for her looking back at that. And I think she thought I was exposed to some teachers. Yeah.
Oh boy.
Exposed.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go over to some of these super chats here. Tijo says, thought we moved from 30 FPS Mario games since 2002 Sunshine and 2011 3 Land. Why is Bowser's Fury 30 FPS undocked when Odyssey was 60? I'm gonna assume
Vaseline smear.
I'm gonna assume it's because it's open world. That might take a toll on the CPU.
Yeah,
so
because when it's docked, it's 60. So I think the thing would cook your battery. I think you'd play for about maybe 45 minutes and that thing would be drained.
That's all I can assume is that they had to, when it dropped down frequency, it's like, yeah, we don't want 45 frames per second unstable. We'll just cap it at 30 and call it.
Yeah,
that's all I can assume,
I mean, I don't know the technical ins and outs of how this game was built, but I can only assume one of those threads on the Switch is basically just streaming assets in for the open world, and something has to give in that regard, and it would be the 60 FPS mode. So
and you know, put Super Mario Odyssey in handheld mode versus Bowser's Fury even, and you'll see there's a higher clarity in things like textures in Bowser's Fury.
We're also not jumping across an entire map that size in with everything going on in Odyssey. Joven says, first RGTD5 hyped a dud game. Now he doesn't know how wrist straps work.
I literally had no idea what, like, I'm looking at the box, like, what the fuck are these? I'm like, oh, cool. You attach it to your Switch and you can just put it on your wrist. And I was like, oh, it's not going. Why would you do that with the Joy-Cons? Like, I don't get. You can travel around with the Joy-Cons on your wrist. Like, oh, look at my bracelets.
The Wiimote. Remember the Wiimote?
Like the Wii remote.
Use the strap on those things, like children and elderly people.
Sean, do you remember the first time they showed us the Joy-Cons? He had it hanging from his wrist. What the?
Yeah.
Strap, remember?
No, I don't remember that.
You play like 1-2 Switch or Just Dance or something. Those things are flying off if people.
No, Just Dance. You can just sit there and go like this on the couch. I put it in a video.
Oh man, come on! You gotta play. You gotta go all in.
No.
Patrick says, "I see everybody got that red Switch, and a Star Fox game would be so good on the Switch."
Yes.
Yes, it would.
Yeah, give it a Star Fox game. It'd be cool.
Star Fox Adventures. Hell yeah, let's go.
No,
I'm down.
Assault.
Why?
I'm here for a sequel. All right, I'm here for a
Good game.
sequel to Star Fox Adventures. Why
Me
not?
too.
No,
Star Fox
Yeah.
Adventures 2, baby.
It can't be any worse than Star Fox Zero. So
That's what I'm saying.
Hey, whoa, hey, whoa.
Whoa. Star Fox Zero is a great game.
I'm sorry. It can't be. I meant to say. I meant to say it can't be rated any lower.
It was named after the ratings it got, 0 out of 10.
Oh.
So
Oh, man. It can't be rated any lower. How about that? That was more factual, right? I mean, I guess it could be.
Yeah,
I
who would
just
make it? You don't have Rare to make it this time.
Just give me Assault multiplayer online,
I
remap
got next level.
controls.
Next level, take care of it.
Yeah, be good.
All right. And Bradley said,
It's disappointing.
Bradley says, first time catching the Spawncast live. I just want to take a second to remind everyone after the disastrous year we just had the Sean doesn't lotion his feet. Hey, we're solving that tonight.
Solving it.
We're solving
Problem.
that 3 days from now, according to Amazon Prime. And there you go. Roberto says RGT is the very best YouTuber to ever exist, a true legend.
I mean, can't argue.
Aw.
I'm assuming I'm the only one you watch though, because
That's a solid $50 one right there. That's good.
That's a great donation. I love that. I might read that one.
Go ahead and read it.
Go on.
This is from Bradley Lemons, donated $50, who says, actually, don't buy Sean foot lotion. He told me about 5 years ago, Shenmue Remake will definitely come to Switch, so fuck that guy.
to be fair, it makes no sense that it didn't, considering how shitty it sold and how oh my god, Obi Toppin, how just shitty it sold, and it's Sega doing it.
what?
This individual
Toppin.
literally donated $50 to say, fuck you, Sean.
I mean, that's fine.
Sean got
Some
lotion
people
in
think
all-
I'm the best. Some people think I'm the worst. Some people buy me lotion. You know, it's all the day in the life.
Ooh, you know what?
That's going to be on a
I
shirt.
meant-
Some people buy me lotion.
I meant to, actually, yeah, that's a good piece of merch, Evan, for Sean to do. Just a little lotion bottle on the shirt with RGT85 on it.
That's so sus, dude. It's so sus.
Why?
Might do a
boy.
lotion emote for chat next. That'd be good.
No, no.
That would be pretty funny. I forgot to mention, actually, the stuff I ordered for Christmas for everyone on the podcast showed up yesterday. Finally, it took a while, but they were like handmade, so I can't be too mad about
Aw.
it. Maybe we can check them out after the podcast. Deanne says RGT and Nate say it. Brady is GOAT, 7 rings.
I mean, you could definitely say for football. I'm still. It's hard to compare sports. Individuals from one sport to another sport. Can you really compare a quarterback to a shooting guard? Like, no. I feel no.
Yeah,
Are we just comparing the rings? Like, we're comparing championships? Because, I mean, if that's all people are going to do, then you better bow down to the great Yogi Berra. He has 10 World Series, so Brady's still a little short there.
Also, like Bill Russell, doesn't he have like nine titles, like NBA? So you can't compare. I don't like the comparison between teams. And then I saw like Serena Williams versus Brady. I'm like, what the? I'm like, dude, there's like 4 grand slams in a freaking year. It's it's 1-on-1. Like, that doesn't even make sense. Like,
Tom Brady is the Michael Jordan of the NFL, says Mayor M, and I can agree with that.
yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, for the NFL, yeah. But I mean, we
makes
can't say of the greatest athlete of all time encompassing all sports.
Because Tom Brady is not the great. Have you seen him run?
Yeah, he's not really an athlete. He's a great quarterback. He's great at throwing.
Barry Sanders, Gale Sayers Jim Brown were much better athletes than Tom Brady ever was.
He's a good winner. That's what I would say.
He can throw the ball. He can throw the ball, and he's a good leader, and he's very intelligent. But as an athlete, no, there's much better athletes out there than him.
Love Empath says IGN gave Super Mario 3D Land a 7 out of 10 and gave the Wii U version a 9.6. And I'll remind you, Last of Us 2 is a 10 out of 10 according to IGN.
I mean,
So, yeah,
People have Like, people have opinions.
Yeah,
And it was a different reviewer,
Mhm.
but
Yeah.
I really don't see how the game's a 7. I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
But the problem that I have is this discrepancy. That is a huge, like for like one publication, I get it, different people, but you have to have reasoning to kind of back that up. And did you guys read the review? No hate on them, but their explanations didn't back the score, in my opinion. You know, it didn't back the score.
What were like their main reasoning for it?
One of them was the competitive aspirations of the game is broken because of Rosalina, a character that you'll unlock at the end of the game. And they made it seem as if it's like a competitive game where it's like maybe ranked, and it's not. It's just a throwaway little crown mode that doesn't matter because your save that doesn't even carry over. There's nothing that carries over to your game when it's not on the host system, so it doesn't matter. But they did dock it for that. They did kind of complain about that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just weird. This is just a little weird.
3 says, looks like everyone on the Spawncast wears glasses.
Because we're
Protect
trying to save our eyes so we're not blind
Yeah.
later in life.
Yep.
And Zaire Miller says your weekly reminder to watch Attack on Titan. It's really good, especially this season if you haven't watched it. And I Live for Retro says, when do you guys think Nintendo will drop support for the Wii U shop? Do you think it will come to the Switch eventually?
Hopefully.
What would come to the Switch? The Wii U shop?
I'm going to assume that means the virtual console.
Yes.
Nope, they're not doing.
No, there won't be a
console.
virtual console, and I think the Wii U eShop has probably got about 12 months left.
That's so
That works.
sad.
Yeah, the virtual console, it's still a thing that people want to say, oh, I'd love to see it happen, come back to the Switch. But outside of a few titles, the game simply did not sell that well on the Wii U, and it's very little incentive, especially for third-party companies, to publish games on a virtual console. They can get more sales by putting their own legacy collections out there than they would see from the virtual console, and Nintendo's pretty much put their prime games up on the Nintendo Switch Online outside of, people want Earthbound, stuff like that. So
Metroid Prime Trilogy.
that would never go to the console. though.
Hold on. How come? How come? Like, all right. So people ask for like Chrono Trigger. How come? Like Square hasn't even just released that? Like that should just be a release they do because they have a mobile version that's terrible and a Steam version that's terrible. But like they could easily put a version of Chrono Trigger on the Switch on its own.
But
So
they haven't put Chrono on anything though, have they? Like it's not on PS4. It's not on.
No,
it's
I mean, and that's the thing. It's up to Square Enix to want to do that, and they could be saying, "Why don't we make our own legacy collection that we could host on servers, or we can just put together as a compilation?" There's just very little reason to say, "Hey, Nintendo, you can have Chrono Trigger for $8."
No, they charge 20 for that.
What was that rumor that I read about Square Enix and Kingdom Hearts with Nintendo systems, and they wanted Nintendo to pay for it or something, and Nintendo told them to fuck off, and that's why.
Yeah, that was one of the rumors. Is that Square wanted Nintendo to cover the porting costs, and Nintendo's like, "No, we're not going to pay for you to bring these games over." And then they're like, "Well, then you're not getting them."
Well, they found somebody to pay for them. Epic Games came out and paid for it.
And aren't
got
those
that
games
porting
like
done.
full price too on Epic
They're
Games
full
Store?
price each.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. So they're full price. What's interesting is they're full price on the PlayStation Store as well. They're just always on sale, it seems. Like they still have that same MSRP on the PlayStation Store as well.
I mean, there's also collections too that you can get those games.
Yeah.
And there's multiple of them, so.
Yeah, but if you go on there and you look at it and compare them, it's just they're always on sale and they're marked off 75% constantly. And there's used games you can buy on the PlayStation and stuff. So it's just it looks pretty bad on Epic side. But again, if people want it on PC, I guess they'll buy it.
Definitely a last resort. In my opinion.
Does it look bad at Epic side or Square? They're setting the price. They know.
No. Well, I mean,
the
because
amount of
it's on
people who
Epic,
are going to buy it.
because it's on Epic Game Store, and people obviously are frustrated with Epic Games as it is for these kind of things. I question if Kingdom Hearts would have shown up on PC if Epic didn't pay them the money to do it. Because obviously
it's not on Steam, right?
No, it's not on Steam. It's on Epic.
Yeah, I don't think it would have showed up then because Epic always throws money around on stuff.
Yeah, and they're going to keep throwing money around. So.
And the way that Nate was saying it, it sounds like the Square wanted somebody to pay for porting costs to different systems, and PC's probably one of them. And they're like, "Oh, Epic will pay us to do it. All right, and then we'll move to Steam 12 months later or something." Sure,
makes sense.
So I question. I almost wonder for everyone who's annoyed with Epic if they didn't do it, if there would just be no Kingdom Hearts on PC anyway.
I mean, it's a very real possibility. I mean, it's business. Square's looking for, the best business deal, and they may not be convinced that the PC market is going to have a large user base that's going to be interested in the Kingdom Hearts games. Epic says, screw it. Here's $20 million. Even if we sell one copy, at least we could say we have the games. If you're interested, you have to come to us. And Square saying, we got money. Cost us nothing.
Even Atlas, though, was like, I don't know if PC users want Persona 4 Golden. Like, everyone's confused about these things. It's just really weird because the PC user base has grown so drastically in the last decade. It's like, you might as well just see.
I also think it's a little bit of an interesting time because, like, you have a console, like, they're swapping generations. There's not as many people. I think they're also a little bit worried about potentially what's going to sell, what's not, what people are buying, things like that too. So I mean, not to make an excuse for them, but I think that Square Enix and these companies, they're just being a little bit overly protective at this point too when it comes to certain things. I mean, obviously Atlas is like, if you're not sure if this game's going to do well, it's a 2008 game, like it's a Persona 4 is a PS2 game, like it's not the most technically crazy thing. It's like in terms of expense, but
Okay, so let's we'll come back to the super chats. Let's go to Ratchet and Clank coming out in June. That is a pretty serious launch window for Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart. But it is coming out, I believe it was June 11th, and they showed off a digital deluxe edition of it. All of this. I will say I was a little surprised that it fell this far into 2021 after seeing so much of it ahead of the PS5's launch. I thought it was going to be out like maybe a month or two after the PS5 was. I thought this would have been the first release for 2021. That before we heard about Returnal and all of this. Like, if it wasn't going to be a launch title, I would have thought that this would have been the next one up. Like, months later. 7 months, 8 months after the PS5 launches, though. I don't know. It seems late.
I think they'll never come out and say, because they have no reason to, it was never dated, but they had come out and said launch window. Launch window is typically the first 3 to 5 months. This is well beyond that. This game had an internal delay.
I was thinking that too. Like I said, the amount of gameplay they showed us, where they basically sat down and played the game for a little bit, made me believe that it was going to be ready. I think a lot of people believe that, but they must have run into something in the background, or they've seen some more time to polish it up or something. I mean, Returnal ran into the same thing. It's just they put a date on it, so they had to come out and say that they delayed it. So it does kind of feel like just internally at Sony, something was coming up for these games, and they had to push them a little bit. But I mean,
my fear is this is going to be a trend through 2021 for all companies. We're going to continue to see these delays, and it is going to be, and now we're seeing the ripple effects. The stone was thrown in 2020 with COVID, and the ripples are now forming, and we're seeing how vast these delays are impacting games.
It'd be funny as if the one game that doesn't get delayed is God of War. Like, everyone thinks God of War is getting delayed, and that's like the one game that comes out on time in 2021 for the holiday. That would be funny.
I'm sure Sony's sitting there saying, we hope that's the case.
Yeah,
we need that game out.
That was a pretty good looking PNG. I'm ready for it. The game I think that could get delayed, by the way, outside of all of this, that we still don't know a date for, is I think it's still Gran Turismo. Like, I think that game could come out next year.
Because that's the thing they had the date on in the B-roll trailer from CES, and they said first half 2021. Well, you dated 2 games for the first half of 2021 with Returnal and Ratchet and Clank. That says to me Gran Turismo 7 now at the earliest is July.
I don't think God of War is coming out this year either, though.
Yeah, because you might be right. So, because would you put a game? All right, so Ratchet and Clank is June 11th. Would you put a game then in July the following month immediately if it's a bigger game, or would you give it like a month cool off period so next game would show up in August? Because you feel like there's gonna be a third party game or two in July that come out.
I feel like if I'm at this point, if I can have the game ready, get it out, let's build that momentum, because since launch, the only game we've had is Destruction All-Stars. Remember that game? And the next game, the next game is MLB The Show. I know people, it's sports games, so then we have Returnal.
Oh, okay.
And then, so right now we're looking at a pace of every other month.
Yeah. So
if you can have Gran Turismo 7 ready for, let's say, late July, so we can say it's 6 weeks, essentially 2 months. If you can have it ready, get it out. You still have to put out Horizon Forbidden West, God of War. If you're delivering these games this year, at some point you're going to have them released within a 5-week window. So
Final Fantasy 16 will come out this year, right?
Shit. I think you're getting Returnal, you're getting Ratchet, you're getting Horizon, maybe Gran Turismo this year.
Okay.
I don't think God of War. I kind of
think Final Fantasy. I think you're right about God of War though. That'd probably come out like next year or something at some point, like holiday.
Okay with that.
It could be an April game, but
420 again.
God of War is interesting because it could go another way because we're kind of treating this as a PS5 game that may have a PS4 version.
Mm-hmm.
But what if, right? What if they started developing God of War 5 6 months after the next God of War after the previous God of War game on the PS4, and they've just slowly started porting it over to the PS5 now? Do you still think the game could be ready by this year? Because if you think of it that way, that the game's pretty much been in development, 6 months after the last game had finished, then that's enough time to bring out a new game, right? Yeah. So we're kind of treating this as a PS5 game, which may have a PS4 kind of, version. But what if it's a PS4 game that is now slowly becoming a PS5 game? You know what I mean?
Okay with that.
I could see it coming out if that's the angle, the play that they've done, and I think it probably is. But it'll be interesting to see, if that one does. I mean, I'm 50-50 on God of War if it does drop this year.
I realized I was muted. Yeah, God of War next year. I'm feeling it. I think April's a good solid time for that. I think Horizon's August. I have no idea about Gran Turismo, but they do need some games this year. So.
I kind of think Final Fantasy 16 might fall into early 2022.
But here's the thing: do they really obviously, we want there to be games this year, but even from a business aspect, what is Xbox doing this year?
Halo.
Xbox had a
flight simulator. Halo.
They have no first party games, dude. They have nothing.
I think
they had the Medium.
But how is this acceptable though? For real though, they legit got dead ass damn near nothing.
I think Microsoft might have a few things, but I think they might start talking as they get close to that Bethesda deal being done. And I kind of feel like Starfield's going to get shut.
That's Microsoft's safety. Basically, is that they're going to finalize the deal with Bethesda, and if they come out that same day and say Starfield's exclusive November Game Pass, it's kind of, our first half of the year was abysmal, but you knew we had no games. When we showed the system, we basically said, we don't have a game until Flight Simulator comes out this summer. And that's bad. It's really bad that your first year on market is Flight Simulator and Halo Infinite. That's a horrendous year for party output.
I don't even think Halo Infinite's a guarantee.
I think we're strongly just getting the multiplayer for that this year. That's it. No campaign this year.
Look, I bought it for just to show, because I wanted to get it for backwards compatibility. So I mean, I'm just saying, this is one of the if that's all they got is Halo and Flight Simulator, this is one of the worst launches that I've ever seen for a system.
I just wanted a monolith. I just wanted a monolith to put under my TV.
Not only did it not launch with the launch game that I thought it was going to launch with, but they reminded me that it didn't launch with the launch title by putting the launch title on the back of the box.
They did.
This is terrible.
That was a harken back to the old days where we would buy the GameCube. We'd look at the back of the box and be like, "Whoa, it has Donkey Kong Racing," and then you realize that game never came out.
I remember buying the original Xbox and being like, "Oh, this Halo game is awesome," because it came out with it and it was great.
Yeah. It was awesome.
And then I popped in Project Gotham Racing. I was like, wow, this Project Gotham Racing game looks real. And then I dropped in NFL Live because, that was before Matt ate everything up. And that was cool too. I don't know. The original Xbox actually had a pretty solid launch, from what I remember. But I get what you're saying. Some of these launches aren't great, but sometimes we get some pretty good stuff.
This is terrible. Sony actually at least had some games. Sony had, there was Demon Souls and there was Spider-Man. I mean, yes, cross-gen, whatever, but at least there was something. But this is
this is bottom tier.
Demon Souls. Yeah, this is one of the worst launches I've ever seen. In launch windows or whatever you want. This is the worst. This might be the worst.
See, honestly. Demon Souls is a game I played it on the PS3, loved it, got it on the PS5. I love what Blue Point did with it visually. It's as much as I want to say that is the game you should be buying a PS5 for, if you played it on the PS3, there's really no reason for you to rush out and try to get a PS5 just to play Demon's Souls. It's still the same PS3 gameplay. It's just prettier.
60 frames though, baby.
Yeah, but is that enough to sit there and be like, I need to have a PS5 right now to just play this?
It's not enough for me. I already got the platinum on the PS3, so I played it back in the day, so I was good. But yeah, but for other people, yeah,
they'll get Spider-Man for it, and that'll be enough for them when they first buy it, even though it's on the PS4. But like
Ratchet and Clank feels like that's the first game for the PS5 to really say, now I'm starting this generation.
I would agree. Yeah. Yes, I would think. I think that's the first one I look at, and I'm like, because I mean, it's built almost to show off the PS5.
Yeah, that's the first game that I'll buy for 70 on there. Like I'm not buying the games but that game I'll buy for 70.
You know, Returnal for 70.
Okay, so a lot of people, I'm telling you, a lot of people now, I'm seeing it, are just looking past Returnal now because of Ratchet and Clank. They see it. They see the next gen title in front of them. They're like, what's Returnal again? They just move right past it.
I'll still go for Returnal unless right before it comes out, like they don't let reviews in like that day. Everyone's like, this is the worst game ever. Then I'll probably still go for it.
For 70 for that? No, I'm good, bro.
I'll pick it up for 7. I'm about to spend 70 on Persona 5 Striker just to
always
get it
on sale.
Actually,
I like the aliens, so I want to play it.
Yeah, I'll get Returnal there to check it out, just to see what it's all about.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. These people have no idea. We'll talk about it.
I might buy it.
No, you won't.
I need. That's the thing.
Sean's trying to turn his PS5 on right now.
Yeah, like I played Miles Morales. I loved it. I played Demon Souls. I was like, this game isn't for me. And all the third party shit I bought on my Xbox Series X.
He wouldn't even turn on his PS5, and Sony was trying to give him Destruction All Stars.
Fuck that. No way. Taking up my precious hard drive with that nonsense.
Oh gosh, yeah. So Ratchet and Clank, I think a lot of people are like on board with what they've seen so far. I think most people are gonna grab that at 70. I'm excited for it. So, but
yeah, when does that Kena game come out, or Kena? I don't know how to pronounce it.
That is out in March.
That actually looks good.
Is that a 70?
No, that's not 70 from what I remember.
But we keep saying it looks good.
No.
We keep saying it looks good, but we've had this conversation about the issues of the release dates, and I feel like every single time we've talked about it, we have just overlooked it completely for some reason.
Yeah, it hasn't been. Sony hasn't advertised, and they really need to.
We've seen one trailer for it. I think unless you follow the social media channels, you're not going to see it very often.
Is it even a physical game?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think it's digital only.
Sony needs to advertise this game because the game looks good from what they've shown, but you barely ever see it around. Like that should be on PlayStation Store right now because that's the next game that they should be pushing.
They should be hyping it up for sure. Yeah.
It's not even a price.
It's on the PS4 also.
You can't even pre-order it. It's supposed to come out next month. That's spooky.
Is it actually going to come out?
That's spooky.
They already delayed it. They delayed it once.
Yeah.
The only thing I can find about a price is from September 9th. Kenna Bridge of Spirits doesn't have a price yet, but will not cost $60.
It'll cost 70.
I mean, that's weird. It's supposed to come out next month, and you can't pre-order the shit.
When's Far Cry 6, or did that get delayed?
That got all Ubisoft stuff got delayed.
Yeah,
this year's because that was like a while ago thing. Did
I think Far Cry 6 might be a holiday?
Am I crazy?
Really?
Okay.
Crazy.
I understand how this is gonna sound. Am I crazy in thinking that we probably could have benefited from just delaying the console launch?
MPG, let them know.
I still think that.
Yep.
Of course.
I still think that. I still think that we should have delayed it. I thought that before. I was hopeful.
There was nothing to buy them for. There's nothing. We just all was like, we need them, and then nothing came out.
I don't know, man. Like, I understand, like, if you're trying to get the holiday sales in, I don't know how delaying it to like halfway through the year or March of this year would do it, but I don't know. I just feel like this has been like the most underwhelming launch for new gen, really, and it's just
you're not wrong. You're not.
You could have waited till holiday this year.
At least
I would agree for holiday this year if you really want to get that surge in, like maybe get some more stock in, so like the shortages aren't going on, you know. But
they could have launched it in March or April. I think that'd have been fine.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
I think
what would have changed? I mean, you wouldn't really have had much more for PS5 though if you launched it in like March.
I think just less wait for the new games, like Ratchet and Clank. I feel like
the wait, the wait would have
this as if this is going to come out a month or two after the console is out. You know, this is like what 6-7 months.
Yeah,
that
you're
we've
right.
been
Like if
waiting?
it launched in March, we'd have been like, okay, Returnal's out the end of April, and then we have Ratchet and Clank out in June, and then
You see, that's the challenging thing is that we're saying everything would have played out exactly as it has. So if you wouldn't have told some of these developers, hey, we need your game at launch. You have to send in your gold edition by the end of September because we're launching in that first week of November. If that doesn't play out and they're saying, rigid, we're going to target March, how much do these development cycles change? How many delays still could happen? Would Returnal now, instead of being April, it would come out in August? Ratchet and Clank is now December. Like,
no, I'd tell them these games need to be ready by February. I'd never I wouldn't tell them when they're coming out. February. Get it to me by February.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like we're viewing it as if everything played out exactly the same. You would have had those games done in November. You would have had them prepped for that launch in March. You would have had that, and then the games still are rolling out the way that we're seeing. Yeah, the delay does make sense. Should they have delayed the hardware just given the semiconductor shortage and everything that's happening? Yes.
I understand why they did it though.
But
I know they want the holiday sales. The holiday surge, people are going to buy it regardless because they want something new to get family members, to get kids, get spouses. I understand that. I don't know. I just look at it and I'm like, yeah, this is just.
Oh, we're all done. We buy it anyway, even if it wasn't a holiday. We'll buy it. We just bought the red Mario Switch for no reason.
The hardcore. But I think there's some people around the holiday, even though 2020 I feel like was a hard year. I feel like there are just some people that are like looking. I need to get a gift, and then the new PlayStation. Well, they like the last PlayStation, so I'll get this one.
I think they still could have done Spider-Man Miles Morales for the PS4 for the holiday, and then just had a free PS5 upgrade on it or something. For people who bought it then. I think they could have absolutely done that. But otherwise, they would have had to have leaned on like Assassin's Creed, Yakuza Like a Dragon, Call of Duty, all of those third-party titles big time. And the fact that Halo Infinite got pushed, to me, Microsoft was probably hoping that there was going to be a delay for these systems because like
they're hoping that they delay their own system. Like
no, that Sony was thinking about it too. Like
they delayed theirs, so we can delay ours. Like a sigh of relief.
I almost feel like there was some thoughts of like, we can't get Halo Infinite done because this whole studio messed everything up because they're 343. It seemed like a really slow start, and you're right. Click and MVG, they could have delayed these systems. They'd have been fine.
I do think they should have delayed, but I also understand that you got to ship as well, right? I mean, you can't if you're sitting on something, get it out the door, and I think they did the best they could given the circumstances. Obviously, I think Ratchet was something that they probably didn't anticipate was going to get pushed to June. Like I felt like maybe they thought that it was coming out during the launch window, so. They bet the house on the system coming out last year, and unfortunately, that's what happens in this situation. And to Nate's point, I agree. I think we are going to see, the knock-on effect of this happening. We're going to see more of this happen over the year, I think.
it's going to be a lot more.
I have another question because someone asked me this the other day on stream, and I was like, this is a really good question. If they had delayed the console launch, do you think they also would have delayed Cyberpunk? Again,
that is a good question.
You know what? I really wish they had delayed the consoles just so I could see what happened with Cyberpunk.
I don't think so.
I feel like they wouldn't have had as much distraction. You know what I mean? Like it would have been PC and then base freaking Xbox. Like
I know what you're saying. And it's an interesting question, but at the end of the day, they have to make their investors happy, and whatever they told their investors, which was it's coming out at the end of 2020. That's what they did. So
there would have been no out for that Cyberpunk game if there was no PS5 there.
Right, exactly. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, if it had got delayed, would they have tried to push that back?
So interesting to see.
Cyberpunk was like the number one PS5 and Xbox. Like that game sold really well on PS5 and Xbox Series X. Like that was a launch title for lots of people.
Yep.
Let's go over here. I want to finish up after I'm going to do some of the super chats here in a minute, but I want to finish up with Zelda Anniversary for a minute because that's coming up this year, and that there was a lot of conversation around this because of basic trademarks, but you know what? It brought up a conversation of something out of those basic trademarks that probably don't mean a lot. All right, and that is that we have to start thinking about a Zelda collection, okay? And what Nintendo's going to put in a Zelda collection.
That is
Because
one
I
of the
started
Discord
getting some-
questions. Yeah.
Oh, good. I started getting some thoughts around the Zelda collection thing. I figure we'll talk about here to finish up for some hypothetical situations with it. Okay, Evan, here's the Discord question.
Well, it's basically that. If we get a Zelda 35th anniversary collection like Mario, which games would you like to see on the package?
All right, good.
Yeah.
Okay, so Jordan just covered up his camera when I was about to say Phantom Hourglass. So, all right, cool.
Hey, look, I am not opposed to them redoing those games because they'd actually be good.
Someone say Phantom Hourglass. What?
They'd actually be good. If they listen,
I saw the
Phantom
trademark. I
Hourglass-
hope they do it. I'll be right back.
Spirit tracks?
Spirit-
Come on.
Spirit Tracks and Phantom Hourglass, in my opinion, with better controls, not for tiny baby hands and the DS screen, which I still to this day can't play that game because of the size of my hands. I would be completely down for it. I don't know how they get it done because that game was super reliant on the
microphone
DS
and
technology and
Yeah.
touch control and all this crap. But I don't like playing games with one hand and using a stylus. I've just never been a fan of that, and I don't want to play Zelda games like that. If they can get it working on the Switch and update the graphics and everything, I think those games would be a lot better. But people just have a really bad sour taste in their mouth. But those games, people really don't like them. I noticed that, like, I did ask people online and stuff, did a poll and everything, and that's like one of the least voted games in terms of what people want out of my community. At least.
Well,
So,
I think for Phantom Hourglass, it's just you literally go back through the same temple probably like a billion times.
yeah.
And it's like the worst temple ever. So I feel like Spirit Tracks is a little bit more well received, but I don't know.
Okay,
I think
yeah.
also in that same regard, you could also think about Ocarina of Time 3D and Majora's Mask 3D, see how they could remap that and bring those over too. I think those would look really good.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Honestly, like if they're going to do a collection of the big ones, like bring over the easy ones, like Twilight Princess, Wind Waker,
Yeah, those are-
and then, I would like to say that Skyward Sword would be separate, but I'm still holding out that Skyward Sword is gonna like get its own thing because of Aonuma-san and what he teased.
it would have to though, right?
I think
Click?
Skyward Sword would be its own
to.
thing. I
It'd
think
have to be.
Skyward Sword
It'd be
is like-
60. It'd be
Yeah.
60 and its own thing, like
Yeah.
remade or whatever.
Yeah, give me another golden something. I don't care.
I think
Golden
Skyward
Four,
Sword could be like what we just saw with 3D World.
right?
Yeah.
I think like its own release, maybe later on in the celebration or something.
Mhm.
But I was thinking the collection. Everyone's thinking like an Ocarina of Time, a Majora's Mask, the basic stuff. They should do a collection for just the handheld Zelda games.
I would love that,
Agree.
honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's what-
Minish Cap,
But what about
Oracle
online?
Seasons, Ages.
We already have
those-
stuff online.
Yep.
So what about like Link Between Worlds? Link, you like
Yeah.
I
all of
like
that?
that. I like Link Between Worlds. That's a good one. I
Right.
was gonna throw in Phantom Hourglass, but you know what? We don't need that. Okay, put in Link Between Worlds. I like that
Yeah.
idea.
What they need to do is they have a trilogy of Zelda games that just flies under the radar anyways in the grand scheme of things. That's the trilogy that we need in the
Wanda
collection.
Gamelon?
The Wanda Gamelon,
Oh
The Faces
my
of Evil, and
God.
Zelda's Adventure.
I'd rather stub my toe.
You know what
If
they
you
should do just for
Freshen
fun?
up the gameplay.
They should just make those as unlockables in like the big collection. They should just do like a big anniversary like that. Those are unlockables.
Nintendo doesn't acknowledge them. If you even talk, no, I'm not going to say what I was going to say, but Nintendo won't acknowledge those games at all. Like they won't talk to you about them. So I don't know if they'll ever.
I like the idea of that
What do you
though.
think those
Just something
games?
a little different than just saying, okay, Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, and then like Wind Waker or something thrown in there. Just something a little different. I like the handheld collection. That would
They're going to do the Wind Waker. They're going to do Wind Waker and Twilight Princess.
I would love that. Fix
Probably.
the controls for Twilight Princess.
probably.
It's the easiest. It's already HD. It's already on the Wii. They can just
Right.
they can put a little slice through the package. Wind Waker on one Link.
Mhm.
This little Wind Waker. Then the wolf on the bottom. Bam,
kinda feel like
60
they're
bucks.
gonna-
There you go.
I
Bring
kind of
them
feel like
Amiibo back out?
Zelda. I kind of feel like the Zelda anniversary will be a bigger deal for Nintendo than even the Mario one was.
I would love
Is
that. I'm not-
two games a collection though?
It has to
Or
be
is it-
three,
is it
right?
three
At least
games?
three,
I
right?
would say at least three.
Only three. Okay.
The previous one had four. So
Because they did three for the Mario collection, so
Right.
you feel like you need at least a third. Maybe they'll just throw what are they? Ocarina, Twilight Princess, Wind Waker into one.
We'll give you
into
the
one,
original Legend of Zelda ROM.
throw
on there.
Mario, throw Majora's Mask on there too.
Remake Zelda
Put 'em on
2.
remake Zelda. I like that. I still
would
like
like
that
that.
idea. Remaking Zelda
Yeah.
too.
That would take. Oh, that's a whole different thing.
So you're a
Zelda
video
2?
game company. You make video games. Do
Yeah,
it.
I'm just
Maybe
saying. I don't
your
think that would be
parents work
like.
out
What's
I
Grezzo
don't know.
doing?
I don't know. I just don't think that. that's gonna happen.
They're hiring for a
They're
new
hiring right
project.
now.
Oh yeah, does it look like Zelda too?
Could be.
Oh, there we go. Wait, if they're hiring now, it's not going to be ready for the collection or the anniversary.
They're hiring staff for
collection.
Medieval and stylish project. That to me sounds like Zelda.
Oh, it does. Oh, okay.
Or Beyond Oasis 2.
Yeah, I mean, it could be anything.
Yes, I'm sure that's what Grozzo's doing. Beyond Oasis 2.
That game sold like 10 copies. I don't know if they're ever going to go back to Beyond Oasis.
I'm surprised Grozzo can hire people considering how bad that game sold.
Well, because Link's the 3D Zelda games sell extremely well. Like Link's Awakening I think they did like 4 million or so. They've got plenty of cash for.
So you got Minish Cap, you got Oracle Ages, Oracle of Seasons, and then
Swords?
Some other handle. You know what? I thought about Four Swords. I think that would be a good way to do the Mario 35. Like they have a Nintendo Switch online game that's
that'd be so much fun.
They will have something like that.
That was that
That'd be
3DS the pass that you get, or was it the DSi one?
DSi. You're talking about the DSi.
Yeah, when you bought into it first, and they just gave you that with the online function.
I like the idea of bringing that to Nintendo Switch Online, where you just do co-op with a couple other people and go through.
Fun.
So, like, if it's a free download, you always have people playing, as part of Nintendo Switch Online. It's like, and then they can take it away from us in 6 months. Like, it all fits together really well. So I think that's how you kind of do the overall anniversary. You cap it off Breath of the Wild 2 at the end of the year with a golden Switch and a gold Pro controller. Done. Boom.
Yeah, 95% of that's not happening because this is Nintendo we're talking about.
I'm trying to make them millions of dollars, okay?
We got a Red Mario Switch.
Come on, Nate. We want to hype this up so we feel the crash when it doesn't happen.
Yeah, they color swap the Switch for no reason for Red Mario, okay, Nate? They can do a gold one.
Wait a minute. Nintendo's always done special edition Zelda stuff, so I'm confident we will get something special edition.
Exclusive to Nintendo of New York.
Yeah, they made like 20 Zelda Wii U special edition ones.
I got one.
Not like 20 variations. Like they just made 20 Wii U.
There was actually, I saw those because nobody was buying the Wii U in my area. So there was like a ton of those. My brother picked one up. I just didn't buy it because I was like,
those are like $500. They're so expensive now.
Yeah, they're super expensive.
Wait, the Wii U editions?
If you have them in box and everything.
I gave one away on my channel like 6 months ago. I have no regrets about it.
Remember though? Look, I think Click talked about it, but we got what was it for the 25th? We got the gold Wiimote in the nice box.
Soundtrack.
I still have that. We got the Majora's Mask, new Nintendo 3DS. We got like a 2DS Zelda. There's been all sorts of cool hardware with Zelda, man. Like look at Breath of the Wild. Look at all the different special editions we got with that, man. I got a Master Sword. There's all sorts of cool stuff. So, I mean, Nintendo knows they can milk Zelda fans to the.
Yeah, he's right. He's right.
I don't care.
You guys remember that? Remember like how the Legend of Zelda sold more copies than the actual Switch did at launch? It was like for the Switch. So it was like that means multiple people were like buying just various.
They bought Zelda without the Switch, yes, just to look at it. They took it home and looked at it. That was the plan. Yeah, I think there's gonna be a lot of Zelda stuff this holiday. So it should be. Nate is not thinking that, but it's fine.
Not that much Zelda stuff.
It's fine, Nate.
Who on my parade?
You ain't getting handheld games, all the 3D games,
I didn't know about okay.
I just think that should just be a handheld collection. That's all. Just get the handheld.
Wind Waker and Twilight Princess.
At best, you're getting Twilight Princess and Wind Waker as its dual pack. Yeah, Skyward Sword would be its own thing.
Yes.
I wouldn't even guarantee Skyward Sword in the 35th anniversary year.
Can they just take Minish Cap and put or the Oracle of Ages and Seasons games and put it on the Nintendo Switch Online for when they had Game Boy?
Introduce the Game Boy product to the service.
What if they did a Game Boy Classic and those were on there? That'd be cool.
Yeah, I wouldn't count on Nintendo doing that anytime soon either.
I'm trying to help them make money here, Nate.
This is Nintendo.
I know.
They know how to stub their toe.
Add the Game Boy stuff. Add the Game Boy stuff to Nintendo Switch Online. We'll call it even. All right.
I don't want to count on that either.
Otherwise, they'll add 3 more of. You know what? I don't even remember what they added. This
Zelda's canceled. Zelda's canceled. Breath of the Wild 2's canceled. Everything's canceled.
We got a few left. Since we now have a release date for Crash 4, when will we be here? What?
Evan, for you?
What? You guys not hear me?
Now we got you.
A little bit.
Oh,
gone.
That's weird.
You're good.
Since we now have a release date for Crash 4, When will we hear about Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 coming to Switch? Both had data suggesting they'd eventually come to the Switch, but it's been radio silent. The stream went down for a second.
Like a
just refresh.
Summer.
Nintendo needs to do like a partner showcase or something soon, so they can start talking about these games.
Probably after Crash, right? I'm probably.
Yeah, I would assume so. Yeah,
it'd be after Crash. Apparently, Crash is doing well starting out. Amazon, it's already up there. Crash 4. So I think it's gonna be all Switch.
You said summer, Sean? You think for Tony Hawk?
I do.
Okay, I can see that. Like July. July's a good month for that. We got another Discord question, Evan?
Any recommended tricks for fixing the DualShock 4 joystick drift? He was looking for videos and didn't find any.
No, probably not.
Sounds like a tech wave.
Those are soldered into the board. That would not be fun to change. Yeah. DualShock 4s are still pretty easy to find, though, cheap. So, unfortunately, I would say buy another one at this point because it's probably
buy a couple if that's the case.
Yeah, because those PlayStation 3 controllers are kind of hard to find now, authentic ones that are not.
Buy a couple.
So, might be worth securing a few of those and literally just putting them in the closet just in case. Got another Discord question, Evan?
How specific does a video game patent need to be before it stops being a problem?
Okay, so this is probably referring to what happened with
Shadow.
WB and Shadow. Yep. Where they patented the Nemesis system. And that's concerning because it's happened before. And I think one of the stories was Sega patenting the arrow over Crazy Taxi. So other games can't use it. I think Simpsons Hit and Run tried to use it and they got in trouble for that. So there you go. That's why you never see an arrow apparently over your car in games. So that's the concern, is if indie developers create something that's not the Nemesis system but close enough in terms of what they can apply with the verbiage, is that a problem? And I would say it is, yes.
And last one here, is there any way to play the GoldenEye leak on an Xbox One X? He doesn't have a 360 or PC. No,
there is not.
That's too bad that there's no way to do it yet. Like
the dev mode doesn't have the back compat stuff, so you can't do it.
Yeah, that's too bad. Are those all the Discord questions?
That covers it.
Okay. And some of the super chats here we'll finish up, and I'll go to Streamlabs as we do some outros. Elliot says, I am now a member of the CX gang, made the purchase after last week's Spawncast, and it's gorgeous. Thanks. Also, please tell me Nate is wearing glasses too.
No, I am not.
Don't break the illusion.
Dang it, Nate.
You could have just said yes, and no one would have known.
No, if I said yes, but it's easier. Why lie? Why am I going to give a white
He doesn't
lie?
sound like he's wearing glasses, so.
Exactly. Do I sound like a guy in glasses? No, I don't.
Matthew.
Yeah, kind of.
Matthew asks, what is your thoughts on Total Warhammer 3 trailer?
Man.
There was a trailer.
Anyone into Warhammer 3?
What?
Totally.
Okay.
It was something.
I take it no one here's in a Warhammer 3. Okay.
I could have sworn there's been a 3, but
Okay. Tijo says, OJ, you keep telling us to play the P5S demo. Yep, Sony made the dumb decision to make most demos unplayable on PS5. Got a solution around that.
Unplayable on PS5? What do you mean? If you have no, PS5, can you access the PSN store on like the PS4 games on PS5?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I downloaded the Ease 9 demo and played that. That's just for PS4. But P5S is only in Japan, so
you need a Japanese account. Yeah. So I've been telling you guys to get a Japanese. I've said that multiple times. You need a Japanese account. So PlayStation, it's really simple to make a Japanese account. It's more simple than the Nintendo Switch. So just make a Japanese account, and then you have access to the Japanese store listing. Then you can download the demo and play. That's what you need to
do. Jordan.
Yeah, what up?
Furry Panda says, what about the casting for the Borderlands movie? Any thoughts on that as a Borderlands fan?
It's been interesting. I think they have a pretty interesting vision with the actors they're getting for it. Eli Roth as the director is the big interesting one for me. You know, that's the one where I'm like, not too sure about that. But acting wise, I still think that they're going to announce that The Rock is starring in this as well, and it's basically going to almost be a Jumanji cast reunion because Jack Black just got cast as Star Trek.
What do you think about that as Roland? That seems like Roland's tall. He's like 6 foot something.
I don't know what they're. It's weird because they have a weird mix of different like talent. Like they have a lot of comedy talent coming in it, but they also have like Cate Blanchett, who is one of the like best actresses on the planet.
Yeah.
So I'm very interested to see what they're gonna do, and hopefully there is no Randy, overlord overseeing everything.
I'm just worried about that Roland pick because Roland's not a comedian.
Listen, I agree, but they were specifically saying that this is bringing something different, like Kevin Hart's doing something different with this. So, hey, surprise, whatever. You know what? I don't expect ever a good video game movie, and I'm not expecting Borderlands to be the first, like, oh my gosh, that they did it. But you know what? Let them make something. If it's bad, it's bad.
Jack Black is Claptrap.
Like, a lot of people were kind of on that. I'm like, okay, I can see that. I can see that.
Yeah,
like, whatever, that's fine. But I still think they're going to announce that The Rock is in this as well, either playing. I think the rumor, like for years, has been like he's going to do Krieg, which is a Borderlands 2 DLC character. But we'll see. We'll see what he ends up doing because there's a lot of good options. He could be one of the big brute type characters. So,
Liam asks, "What is each of your favorite Zelda games?"
Fast.
Do I even got to say it?
Age of Calamity.
Phantom Hourglass.
Phantom Hourglass.
What'd you say, Quick? What was yours?
Skyward Sword.
It's a Phantom Hourglass.
Okay. Breath of the Wild for me.
Breath of the Wild.
There you go. Nate, what's the right answer?
It's always and forever will be Link to the Past.
That's right.
Always and forever.
That would be a very close second for me. Very close second.
I like Link to the Past. It's great.
Eric says, "Show is still neat after 200 episodes. Love it." Wishbone says, "Any rumors / leaks of Deep Down? What happened to it?"
It's
No,
deep down and
knows.
Well, what was it? It was like half a year ago. They had an interview where they're like, "Oh no, it's not dead yet," and I was like,
It's dead. It never even lived.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Fuck is Deep Down?
It was supposed to be a launch game, I think. With what was it? It was the PS.
Capcom trailer with the guy fighting the dragon, and people were like, "Oh my god, it's like the
That
next
was-
Dragon Dog."
That was
And I
PS4,
like,
right? Because that was supposed to be that was supposed to use their new engine that involved like particle physics going around things. That was the whole thing. But in the Japanese trailer for the PS4, they showed that footage like for everything. They were like, "Oh, check that out."
March 27, 2013 is when the trailer went up.
There you go.
Hey, see, it's only been 8 years.
Prater says, "Please release a Left 4 Dead 3 or Left 4 Dead 2 remake."
I'm working on it.
we have Back for Blood coming up.
Yeah, Back 4 Blood's showing up. Swift says, "Bowser's Fury pushes the Switch hard. It's impressive graphically and gives me a taste of the Switch Pro." Alexian says, "Toad is uncontrollably fast in 3D World now. Makes the final stage way tougher."
He's extremely fast. In the cat suit, Toad, this dude looking like Sonic. It's crazy.
You.
Kenny says, "Apple needs to make routers. $1 billion idea."
They did. There's Apple routers.
Those
Wow.
airport things.
Yeah, that was their routers.
I remember those things are
Oh,
weird.
hot garbage.
Yeah.
Wobbles says, "Hey everyone, why do you think Rockstar hasn't released some of their legacy titles like GTA 4, Red Dead Redemption, and PS2 GTA games?"
Because play GTA 5 online is what they want you to do.
Exactly. They don't need money.
They don't.
Don't give a
20
fuck.
million or
They don't
something.
want to distract you from what's really raking the money. They'd be like, "Hey, yeah, here's Grand Theft Auto 4, this and that." Like, no, just play this and give us money.
They don't care.
GTA 5 sold another 20 million copies this past year.
Who doesn't have it?
No,
I
it's
don't know.
there was
Casuals.
there was a story.
Put your hand down.
GTA 5 is super cheap, and the trick is everyone likes to hack in it and on the PC scene, but that gets you banned when you're online. So they'll hack in it, they'll get banned, they'll pay $5, they'll buy another. They don't give a shit. They'll just keep doing it over and over and over again to play it, and that just triggers that. That's why that number is going so huge.
There's that
wild.
inside information.
That is a fantastic business method. Ban you, and you just keep rebuying it.
Yeah.
And that was Bradley. He said lotion fun for Sean's feet. That's right.
Thank you.
Mitch, of all the Mario Red Switch unboxings, my favorite is RGT's
Thank you. Thank you.
because I watched him try to put the wrist straps
I knew
on.
that was coming. It's fine. Mistakes were made,
Wow, look at these fun
At least it
bracelets
was-
that come with
At least
this.
it was entertaining.
Yeah, see, that's what it's all about.
Console gamer, haven't made it to Spawncast live in a bit, so misclick. If you play Resident Evil 2, I will make a Twitch and donate some monies. Spawn, have you collected any big box GameCube games? RGT, you play Maneater yet?
I haven't. Maybe I'll boot up my PS5 for that.
There we go. See, we're making things happen here. All right. I have been looking at some big box GameCube games. Yes, I'm working on them. So I don't like buying them online now because at one point I thought the post office lost my package and it was like a whole GameCube. So
Terrifying.
A whole GameCube.
Yep.
yeah, the whole thing.
The mail. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Click, you play Resident Evil 2 yet?
No, I'm literally, I have to set time aside. I have like things I have to do right now, but Resident Evil, we'll plan it out and you guys will know.
There you go.
Resident Evil 4, please click.
Oh,
Resident Evil
not
2.
again.
Just do 2. It's easy to find. Just do 2.
No, here's the reason why I don't like
Be sure you can run through it in about 2 hours.
No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
Have you
I'm
heard
joking.
of Resident?
Matta says, y'all look very cool, but what is going on?
Yeah, we're just hanging out. What are you doing?
Somebody says, Nintendo makes you buy a new Switch for the dock. You can buy a dock on their website. It's on there.
I bought it because it's red.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Gavin said, where's my 40th anniversary Donkey Kong Game & Watch?
Yeah,
That's the real
Nintendo, where is it?
That's the real questions.
The real question.
Yeah, you're all focused on Zelda. You forgot about poor Donkey Kong. Jerks.
Donkey who?
Gaming says, ask me about my weenus. Accepted. Great movie at Nightshade. Oh, hashtag accepted as great movie. Bradley
got a
said,
Blu-ray release finally.
oh no, that was the okay. Sade says, better series in your opinion, Horizon Zero Dawn or Ghost of Tsushima? Ghost of Tsushima.
Ghost.
Ghost.
Both excellent. Ghost better.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
Horizon Zero Dawn,
Horizon
baby.
could jump ahead with this sequel coming up. You never know.
Horizon Zero Dawn. That game is dope, man. I like the main character more. I'll take
You're
Horizon.
like, what?
My girl's looking good. She's looking good.
Aloy's
That's
great.
what you're going off of looks. That's what you're going
No,
off.
I'm just saying she's looking good. I like the open world of it. I like the art and everything. I think Horizon Zero Dawn is that game. And I think that when we see this next one coming up, it's even going to be better because she's climbing. She's doing some other stuff in there. I think Horizon Zero Dawn, I'll take that one.
There will definitely need to be like specific changes made to Horizon Forbidden West.
Yeah.
That would seriously set the bar for me higher.
People love Ghost. Ghost is great, but I think Horizon Zero Dawn is
They're
awesome.
both really good games. I mean, it's a tough choice. They're both phenomenal.
Taker says, is Nate the Hate short for Nathan the
Haitian.
Haitian? Oh, I was like,
No,
Yes.
I'm not Haitian.
Oh,
You're not? I couldn't tell.
no one knows.
I am not from Haiti.
Ross says, everyone is wearing glasses because they are in the Midnight Channel. Brandon says, Kong versus Godzilla movie. Who you guys got and what theories you guys have on what happens?
Well, I think Kong beats them down a bit. Then they have to defeat Mechagodzilla together, and then they're friends. There you go. That's the movie.
The problem is the precedent has already been set because, of course, Kong and Godzilla already fought. And then that Kong won, which doesn't make sense to me because I feel like Godzilla is a more versatile creature.
Wasn't that one recorded in the U.S. though? That version. That's why they wanted Kong to win. I thought?
No, that's a rumor because the rumor was that in the Japanese version of that film that Godzilla actually wins, and there are very minimal differences between the two films, but it has nothing to do with the ending of it. And of course, technically, Kong doesn't really win because Godzilla's not really dead. I don't know.
No, they said there's going to be a definitive winner of the fight. Obviously, that doesn't mean one is going to kill the other. I do think Kong is going to best Godzilla, and they're going to team up to fight Mechagodzilla, which has been teased for a while now. And everyone's it's hopefully gonna be Batman v Superman, but done better. That's hopefully they both just go to each other and go, wait, your mother's name is Martha too? And
Martha!
Then, that'd be fine.
Godzuki's gonna come in and whip Kong.
If Godzuki ever made an appearance in one of these live action films, that would be amazing. And then he comes in, it has to be like Godzuki. It has to sing it. I would love that.
Wayne says, anyone want a new Eternal Darkness on Switch?
Yes.
What about the son of Godzilla? All right, fucker.
Hey, we don't worry about him. We got Godzuki. Okay.
Yeah, we got Godzuki instead.
Keon says hype for rumored Life is Strange 3 reveal soon.
Yes.
Ross says Xbox Series X has a worse launch lineup than the Saturn. It's borderline Virtual Boy.
Well, the Saturn, I mean, it didn't have
I agree.
necessarily great ports of games, but it had
But it had
Virtual
a
Fighter,
solid lineup from what
Daytona
I read.
USA. Yeah, Virtual Fighter,
wasn't
Daytona
bad.
USA. I remember my mom was teaching preschool, and I was like in her classroom for some reason because like the preschool and the like kindergarten through sixth grade was like all together. And I don't even know how my mom got a job as a preschool teacher because she didn't have any teaching credentials. But we, you know, it was a small private school, so I didn't ask questions. Plus, I was a kid. But I remember this. She had this little fucking kid named Adam in her class, and he was always like a little shithead. I was probably, what was it, 94? So I was 9, and he was like, 3 or 4 or whatever. And his dad came in, and like I don't even know why. Like he was talking about it to my mom, like she gave a shit, but like he came in like flexing, like, "Oh yeah, I just got the new Sega Saturn with Daytona USA," and I was like, "Son of a bitch! How the fuck did you get that? I don't have it." 'Cause it pissed me off. I didn't get a Saturn for a while, and I love Daytona.
Were you talking to the dude from Family Guy? The guy that's disabled? Was it that guy?
No, but like, no, because he had a beard and shit and wore glasses. I remember. But, like, why would you-
in here. I got a new Sega Saturn.
Like, who goes in and flexes about that to like the teacher? Oh yeah, I just got a new Sega Saturn with Daytona USA. It's, $400, and I was like, I remember using that kid. I was like, this is fucking weird, but that son of a bitch has one. I want one.
I just want to make an addendum real quick because people in the chat need to understand my viewpoint. I'm a bigger fan of Godzilla than King Kong. Okay, so I'm not rooting for King Kong to beat Godzilla. I'm just saying that's what's probably going to happen. All right, we can
Joe
move on.
Swanson. There you go. Was it Joe Swanson?
Yeah. Why do you remember that memory so vividly, Sean?
Because he was flexing about getting a Sega Saturn, and I wanted one because I love Daytona USA, and like it just pissed me off so much that like this dude. It also came with a demo. Didn't it have a demo disc as well, packed in? You got Saturn's way better than the series.
Yeah, I agree. If we got Daytona and Virtua Fighter this gen, I'd be all over it. It'd be like a great launch.
Michael says, "Will Horizon Forbidden West be a $70 game on PS4?" No. It'll be a $60 game. Yeah. Ghost Sniper, Halo is guaranteed. Clobrel has been spot on. Sack on 10 says, "Jordan, stop scalping McDonald's cards. My cousin wants."
I'm not. If you want to see that, go look at the people on Twitter who are promoting. I got 100 Happy Meals. Like that's the people. I got like one. Relax. I got one.
I went by the McDonald's on the way home the other day to pick up the kids like a Happy Meal, and like on the thing they had like a thing plastered that's like, "We don't have Pokemon stuff. Stop asking." And like, wow, this is
it has been ridiculous. There is no money to be made. I just got a DM while doing this because people cannot offload. Like people were just buying like the 150 packs that were in a box that would go to the store before they open it, right? And people are trying to offload them for cheaper and cheaper because no one's buying them because they are so mass printed. I did the math. Each card has like 9 million of them printed, like in certain areas. There's so many of them. They're worth nothing.
Why are people buying?
Because it has Pokemon on it and it's a hype thing and everyone thinks there's a quick way to make money. Go look at stores right now with the cereal promotion where you can get the Pokemon cards in the cereals. There's a video that was going viral on Twitter of someone opening 50 of the Cinnamon Toast Crunch, pulling out the packs and leaving these ripped boxes in the store. You can't sell those now.
What?
That's messed up. You got these are 20, 30, 40-year-olds waiting every morning for the stores to open to scalp every single bit of cards. It's disgusting.
And his name is Aaron Kacharski.
Pokemon used to be a lot more fun back in the day.
It used to be fun until everyone decided, hey, we're gonna make money off of every aspect.
Yeah, they started treating it more like
kids.
stocks than enjoyment at this point.
And it's funny, it's because they're trying to do it to new product, and even Pokemon just literally said the other day, we get it, there's a shortage, so we're mass printing all current sets. So now all current sets value should drop back down. If the people want to make the money, you save up all the money instead of buying at a store, you save up to buy a vintage card that gets graded that you sit on and then you flip it. That's how you make money with Pokemon, not with the new stuff. It's really simple. And the fact that people are taking $4 booster packs packs out of kids' hands. The fact that anyone can't go into a store and buy a booster pack now is ridiculous, because now that $4 booster pack is 10 to 20 from a scalper who says, oh, they're helping you find it now. It wouldn't be hard to find if you can go buy them all. You're creating a false supply and demand. It's bullshit, and it sucks for a lot of people. And I hope that after the 25th anniversary, it dies down. So
It won't.
there you go. It'll die down a little bit, but it's definitely, this is going to be the new market.
It's going to get ugly at the end of this month when that anniversary hits and all these announcements.
Just wait for the real anniversary set in September. It's going to be disgusting.
Fetch says, which do you guys think is better GameCube game, Metal Gear Solid Twin Snakes or Ocarina of Time?
What?
One of those isn't a GameCube game.
No, technically it was on the GameCube.
Ocarina is GameCube.
They even had Master Quest, remember?
Yeah.
But that's a
different game.
That's like saying Zelda 1 is a Switch game.
It's running under emulation or something. It's not a native port. It's got to be Twin Snakes. Twin Snakes, baby.
That game was literally built for the freaking GameCube ground up. Like that game was awesome.
That game was so good, Konami still claims it.
Yeah.
You try to do anything with that game when it comes to like cutscenes, they'll find you.
I don't know. I put Ocarina on GameCube.
Yes, they will.
Click, you got to get on the GameCube game over here, okay?
Huh?
Get on the GameCube stuff.
Listen, the Zelda Collector's Edition on GameCube is still one of my favorite things ever. So.
Have you played Resident Evil 2 on the GameCube?
Oh my gosh! I'm gonna scream.
There's 3.
Resident Evil 4.
Code Veronica. Resident Evil Remake.
Literally,
Let's see. They have Resident Evil 0, 1, 2, 3, Code Veronica, and 4, all on the GameCube.
Jeff,
I remember
that's a lot more than like that's on the N64, you know. So I mean, just
Yeah, but the Nintendo 64 has Resident Evil 2, the impossible port.
it wasn't possible.
MVG has a video about it.
I do.
I
have
did
a
watch
video.
the video on
what? I remember
Pretty good.
GameStop had a buy 2 get 1 free sale online, and I bought Resident Evil 2 for the GameCube because I wanted it, and I did a live unboxing.
I wanted it.
I did a live unboxing of it for the channel, and I got Dishonored 2 instead of Resident Evil 2 for the PlayStation 4, and people were like, "Oh, you just faked," because at that time Dishonored 2 was like a newer game, and people were like, "Oh, you just faked it because you wanted to have Dishonored 2." I'm like, why the fuck would I want Dishonored 2 over Resident Evil 2 on the GameCube? Like, why would I fake that? What's the benefit of it? And I guess at the time, because Dishonored 2 is a valuable game, but now like retrospect, it's like yeah, fuck yeah, Dishonored 2. I didn't even like that game either.
Jeffrey says, watching Sean eat on camera reminds me of the time he forgot to mute his mic and belched aloud.
I mean, things happen.
That was a good clip. That's the most popular clip on the Spawncast Clips channel there, Sean.
I'm shocked at this.
Joven says, games that will be out before I get a PS5 and actual good Fallout. Nintendo giving the green light for 007 Remaster and Scalebound on Switch and NAC 3.
Wow.
Daniel says, I think 2022 and 2023 will be big for Microsoft with Fable, State of Decay 3 Avowed, Perfect Dark, and whatever they do with Bethesda.
Agreed.
It's just going to take a while for Microsoft to get moving. That's all. Like, it's going to be like 2 years from launch of the Series X before they get.
I'm really hoping that Fable is worth it. I really hope they do a good job with that.
Yeah. Desmond says, why do people think Nintendo will do any major remakes for Zelda when they barely did the bare minimum for the Mario 35th collection? I think it was Bowser's Fury. It was pretty good.
Well, because they've already done a lot of stuff when it comes to Zelda. They've already remade the games multiple times or remastered them, like with the Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask, and also with Link's Awakening. So there's plenty to go off of from there. Instead of just looking at Mario, maybe you can look at what they've already done with Zelda. So
yeah.
Evan says release BS Zelda digitally. That'd be interesting. Riku Key 2 says Minish Cap Link's Awakening style. Zion says got Series X because no PS5 to play Blue Dragon, Tales of Infinite Undiscovery, beat Blue Dragon, Infinite Undiscovery, and Final Fantasy 15.
Good games.
Good games. Yeah. Cowboy TV, Zelda 2 complete remake, please. Ezra says, have any of you guys gotten into collecting handheld games from recent gens? The 3DS and Vita consoles have been way more expensive to find nowadays. Yeah, the Vita's out of control.
I've got I wouldn't say a massive Vita collection, but I've got a fairly large Vita collection.
Nice. Hold on to that. That's exploding in value right now.
I went all in on the limited run games releases when they were doing those Vita releases a couple of years ago. So I don't have everything, but I've got a lot of it.
But did you get the best way to play Borderlands 2?
I have Borderlands on the Vita. Yes,
It's really bad.
it is. I've heard that you can't finish the game.
It is
It's that
almost
bad.
impossible. Yeah, it is pretty bad.
Bradley says, love the show. Thanks for all entertainment through 200 plus episodes. Love you all except Sean.
It happened. It happened.
They're still not happy about the Shenmue situation.
I mean,
Oh,
you know.
they had more than that.
Okay, Nate, go ahead.
Oh, I need to find it.
It took a turn very quickly.
Love the show. Thanks for all the entertainment through 200 plus episodes. Love you all except Sean. Again, fuck that guy.
I like it.
Kelvin says, just got the X-Men vs. Street Fighter arcade 1-up cab. It's really cool being able to play online. Did any of the Spawncast pick it up?
I did not, because I have no room. If I had the
Sean is
room,
the arcade 1-up guy. So
got 6 of them right now. But
I'm
yeah,
gonna get that Killer Instinct when it comes out.
oh yeah, Killer Instinct. And I'm gonna get Killer Instinct and X-Men because it's X-Men.
we can actually try that online. Pretty cool.
So yeah.
I did play the Miss Pac-Man 1-up arcade machine at Walmart the other day. That was kind of cool. That's
Okay.
my only experience.
I just want the Galaga one.
Ooh, I love Galaga.
I know, me too. I want it.
Mhm.
Rodrigo says comments on Brazil prohibiting Sony from permanently banning PS5 because of multiple counts redeeming the PS4 games. That was when people were doing the PlayStation collection thing. They were selling it online. And apparently Brazil did stop them from doing that.
I mean, Brazil's got plenty of other things they
Which
could be focusing on right now, to be honest.
I'm actually a little surprised that it went that way for that, but I thought it would have got thrown out, or they would have just. I figured Sony would have been. I think that what they were doing was they weren't allowing them to brick the system. You had to unbrick the system, but I think the accounts could still be banned. Tanner says, "What happened to Detective Pikachu Switch?"
I think they're still doing something with it. They're just waiting a little longer. We'll probably. I assume we'll hear something this year about it. That and then the supposed sequel. So we'll see.
Okay, let me go ahead and I'll pull up Streamlabs to go through that. And we'll do some outros here. Sean, where can the people find you?
Find me on RGT85. There is a Super Mario 3D World video from today that I suggest you go watch. I go more in depth about my thoughts on the game. No spoilers for the Bowser's Fury stuff. I mean, light spoilers, but it's nothing that you haven't seen in the trailer. You can also go watch me unbox my red Nintendo Switch and see me fumble with the wrist strap. Please go watch that video so the video makes money and I can justify my purchase. And yes.
At least he's honest.
Okay.
This is through Streamlabs. Liam asked, there were rumors that Sony was considering their own version of Game Pass. I don't know how true this rumor is, but if we entertain it for the sake of discussion as part of allowing Game Pass of PlayStation include Microsoft allowing PlayStation Pass on Xbox.
No.
Like PlayStation Now go to Xbox and Game Pass go to PlayStation as well, so they just share them back and forth.
I just don't think they would work like that. Like, I feel like the two companies still have very different philosophies when it comes to stuff like that.
Also,
remember, I mean, because crossplay only came to PlayStation because people were like, "Hey, fuck you." You know, why isn't this a thing?
Well, also, I mean, if you're a company and another company shows up, puts a subscription service that people pay them for on your console, then someone won't buy Red Dead Redemption 2 from you. They'll just go on the subscription service on that console and play it. So it's like, that's a weird thing to figure out. Shinru says, hey, Spawnwave and MVG, I have a question for y'all. Was the PS Vita stronger than the PSP? Also, in theory, could the Switch handle every game that was on the PSP and Vita? Thanks, guys. Yes, the Vita was stronger than the PSP. Yes, the Switch could handle everything for the Vita, minus, I guess, the ones with need the back touchpad, but I guess they could work that out.
Shinru's trolling you guys.
So
you already knew that.
Oh, okay. Well,
I don't know why he's trolling you guys. I'm trying to figure out why he's trolling you.
As long as
That's
the game
a weird troll.
Yeah, as long as the game doesn't need Bluetooth, you're good.
Yeah, I think he's trying to make it seem as if like, why aren't they doing it? I think it's like, look, it's stronger than this, like, and can Switch handle it? Then it should. I think that's what he's trying to say, because I think he already knows that.
Taker says, hey, if the Knicks are looking like they'll win more than 20 games, even in a shortened season, you got to be ecstatic about that as a Knicks fan.
They're 7th right now. The Hornets are 6. The Knicks are 7. It's a glorious day here.
Taker says we absolutely have to get the Zelda 35th Direct this week, plus a new Breath of the Wild 2 trailer, maybe launch date. Absolutely have to, or I'm losing my mind waiting for anything Zelda.
No, there's a different
don't
anniversary
hinge-
happening this month.
Don't
Yeah.
hinge your sanity on that because you're like, yeah.
You gonna die.
I
Learn
do
to
think
meditate, buddy.
You're going to be disappointed.
you're
Learn to
definitely
meditate.
you're definitely gonna probably get a direct, but
Maybe reel it back to like a
Zelda.
like
You're
a
definitely
partner,
probably going to.
Definitely probably.
maybe reel
not
it back
Zelda.
to like a partner showcase at a Pokemon Direct or something in that.
Yeah.
I mean, I would be like Zelda.
See now that sounds
Partner
more
showcase,
accurate.
please.
Maybe think something like along those lines rather than just Zelda.
Another mini direct.
Zelda everywhere. I don't know about that. It's gonna be a bit.
Pokemon Direct soon. What?
Pokemon Direct, yes, that makes sense. But
Yeah.
Didn't they
Zelda
basically announce that already?
I mean,
No,
it-
they announced a virtual concert on the anniversary with.
I mean,
Post
it
Malone.
seems very obvious that they're going to do something soon.
People say, okay, let's talk about Post Malone here. People say that I
Yeah.
look like I smell. This man looks like
Hey,
he
don't say one bad word about Posty.
he literally slept in a dumpster with the raccoons and then just like woke up and he found the clothes that he's wearing in said dumpster. I don't like him. You know why I don't like him?
What do you got against Posty?
Because he did that same white rapper shit that MGK did, where they come out and they're like bullshit. They come out and they're like rappers and shit like that, trying to flex and be all hard, and then they get notoriety, and then they just completely switch up because they were frauds
All
in
right,
the first
Sean.
place.
I
gotta ask you this.
You have no, dude. He was
gotta
singing
ask
way
him.
before he was
And-
a rapper.
Machine Gun Kelly literally was forced out after the beef with Eminem because nobody bought his album. Okay,
And now
Because
he's an
Eminem had
emo.
So many fans.
Now he's
Machine Gun
making like
Kelly was forced out of rap.
2005 emo My Chemical
Sean.
Romance songs.
He
Sean,
was forced out. What are you gonna do? He had a beef with Eminem.
What
It was
song? Okay,
publicized.
and people are gonna argue about the Post Malone thing. What song blew up for him? Was it any of his singing shit, or was it White Iverson?
White
Thank you.
Iverson was
Thank you.
that
Next,
song,
please.
but was that song
please.
mostly singing or not?
Yeah, but come on, it had the hip hop vibes to it. It was
So does his new stuff, but he's
it
just
was the-
not rapping.
Wait a minute. It was the beef song that he did with Eminem about Eminem that blew it. He made him his career.
That was-
'Cause I'd never heard of him before that.
Oh,
song.
MGK.
But
You never
yeah,
heard of
that
Steve
album
O?
sold
Oh, yeah.
so bad
yeah,
because of that. Because he just got slammed by so many people after what he said. Eminem's a legend in the community, and a lot of people that buy the records love Eminem. So when you go against Eminem, that's a problem. Well, it did, and yes, I didn't know about Machine Gun Kelly up
Yep.
until that point.
Oh
but
boy,
his
was a
record
good
sales-
song. With
His
Flocka.
record
Yeah.
sales tanked after that.
this
beef
is
with
the
Eminem.
only thing that
He
matters.
said that himself.
And you know
This is
what?
the only thing that matters.
This
Sean,
is a video game.
you don't like
podcast.
Post Malone?
No.
You don't like Post Malone? What do you think about his brother, Ho Malone?
All right, we're done with this
We-
podcast. I'm out.
I'm hitting the end button here in a second.
Okay. Take Tyrone says, "Sup y'all, Tyrone here." OJ, OJ used to tell uneducated women on Tinder that he's LeBron James.
No, he's making a joke to. He's making a joke that I said today. Somebody was like, "Hey man, you look like are you LeBron James? You look like LeBron James." Like somebody said that to me on Twitch, and I'm like, "Yeah. I told your mother that I'm LeBron James, and I dunked on her. I told her that at least, but she got confused because I'm 5'9", not 6'9", and then, so that's what he's trying to do."
Xavier says, "What game from my backlog should I play first? FF6, Chrono Trigger, FF9, Ori 1, Dragon Quest 11."
Ori
Chrono
won
Trigger.
because it'll
Chrono Trigger.
take you.
Chrono Trigger.
I don't know.
Ori.
Trigger's the only answer.
You can go Ori too. But Chrono Trigger is a good one if you want to get RPG. That's not going to take you 60 hours to beat or something. OJ, where can people find you?
You can find me right here on Player Essence on YouTube. I've got some cool videos upcoming. I talked about the Mario online co-op, so if you want to see how that works, I got a video on that. And tomorrow I'm going to have a new video talking about some more Nintendo Switch stuff. I mainly cover that, and I also stream daily as well. Plus, we've got a huge giveaway that we're going to be doing when we hit 100K. Getting closer there, We got $1,000 worth of gaming credits on whatever you want to pick. We got 10 winners, and we're giving away a PlayStation 5 because I have an extra one, and I just want to give it away. I don't. It doesn't need to be here, so we're just going to be giving a PlayStation 5 away. So it's going to be pretty cool. So check out the channel.
Matthew Hammond says, have any of you seen Hello Games The Last Campfire? I think Evan, you played through Last Campfire. Am I wrong?
Yeah,
I thought you played.
I think that was the one. Yeah. It was a while
Nintendo
ago.
should talk to them about remaking The Legend of Zelda Oracle of Ages and Oracle of Seasons. I assume just from the aesthetic of The Last Campfire.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shinru says, how many amiibos does everyone think they have? Is anyone still buying new amiibos from Smash Online? I know I'm grabbing a Sephiroth, Terry, and Banjo-Kazooie. Steve, maybe. I might grab Banjo-Kazooie just because that's like, you know,
that sounds cool.
one of the legacy franchises. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
But no, I haven't really collected amiibo at all.
I only collect the ones that like I have like personal attachment to.
Yeah.
So I mean, I probably have like maybe 15 or so. But
I was concerned if I fell down that rabbit hole, it'd be bad. Like I just have tons of amiibos. I'm like, I don't even want to try.
Yeah, we see what you're doing with your GameCube collection. So.
Exactly. Do you see? Yeah.
Yeah.
Miss Click, where can people find you?
Yeah, thanks for having me. You guys can find me here on YouTube at Misclick Gaming. We're putting videos back out, so I'm pretty excited. We had our first video last week. Working on getting the interview ramped up. We're really close to 100K, so thank you guys so much for that. Last video that came out, we're talking about my experience with Age of Calamity, just talking about games that I enjoy or random other fan mail openings. Also, we got some other really cool things in the works. I'm really excited. Other than that, I stream pretty much every day on Twitch. That's like my main thing. So you can find me there as Misclick. Otherwise, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, just Misclick. It's there for you.
Shinru says, when the pandemic is done and over with, I would love to see Spawnwave and Player Essence team up for Ring Fit Adventure fitness video. Also, my fitness boxing 2 is really fun. Gets me moving a lot, and I lose about 10 to 15 pounds. Just need to eat better. I think when the pandemic's over, we got to do like a Spawncast live. I said that before. That's what we got to do. Everyone gets together at a convention, do a Spawncast live panel. That'd be fun.
2024.
There we go. Set it up. We'll go to Too Many Games and do a live panel there. Yes, that is the plan. I think that'd be really fun. So get everyone together for that. What about MVG? Where can they find you?
Yeah, thanks for having me on. You can find me on Twitter at Modern Vintage G and on YouTube at Modern Vintage Gamer. And I have a video coming out on Monday. And thanks for having me on. Check out the channel.
Yeah, you taught me how to do Game Boy stuff. I was waiting for you to tell me to turn the Game Boy upside down and read what it says, but that never happened. So.
Yeah, that was actually that series did well. I kind of showed you had to start writing games for the original Game Boy. I'm going to continue that series, but Monday's video will not be another Game Boy video, but there's definitely more to come in that series because I think a lot of people really liked it.
Yeah, it was very interesting. I'm sure people are curious as to how you go about making games and maybe want to look into it themselves. So could have started some people off, in their journey, and maybe they'll be the next people to make an awesome big game.
I got a lot of tweets from people showing me what their creations and stuff. So that was really cool to see. So yeah, if you are interested in getting into game development, I always tell people just start simple. Forget about Unity and Unreal Engine and all these middleware tools. Just get a Game Boy and just start learning on a Game Boy because that's where you learn the skills.
Also, you can load it up on actual hardware too for fun, right? To see what it looks. Yep. That's cool.
Use an EverDrive cartridge, and off you go.
Wormsworth. A few here before we finish up. Wormsworth said video games are cool. Pat says my first arcade 1-up is the X-Men vs Street Fighter version. Unfortunately, I'm trash and getting wrecked. Zero combo tutorials of early games. What do? Brendan says, any ideas about what Dragon Quest will get for a 35th anniversary?
Yes, I do.
What do you think, OJ?
I think they might announce the next. They've already kind of said that they're working on the next one. I think they might show a small teaser trailer and of course concert stuff for Dragon Quest. But we might see the next big game. The next.
I like the idea of Dragon Quest 12. That'd be cool to see that. I mean, Dragon Quest 11 came out in what, 2018? Yeah,
2018 originally. Yeah. So
3 3 years then at the end of this year for that. Okay.
They've already stated they're working on it. Obviously, they're working. They're always working on another Dragon Quest game. But yeah, I think we can get. And then of course concert stuff. Maybe some collections. I think we could see some collections on Switch or PS4.
They did announce Dragon Quest 11 way early. It was like 2 or 3 years early before it came out. So
they announced Dragon Quest 11, I think in 2015.
Yeah, because they announced it for the NX even.
I think they announced it in 2014 or 2015. That was when they announced Dragon Quest 11.
Mecca says, how come you don't do reviews on your YouTube anymore and save them for the podcast? Well, hey, I got a video coming out tomorrow for Bowser's Fury. So there you go. I do talk about a game again. Aiden Quinn says, the new face of the Monster Hunter community is a guy that's never played it, and I love it. Jay, I believe his name is.
Hey, Jay. Yeah, he's killing it with the Monster Hunter stuff.
Fuck him. Don't give him no clout on this show.
I love Jay.
Wow. And it says, also, greetings from Taiwan. Thanks, guys, for giving me Sunday morning entertainment. Sean always supplies the laughs.
Fucker.
Sean, I will say there are people I've talked to, some of my friends that said you were the most entertaining person on this podcast. So
I'm just weird.
Zaire Miller says,
Can't argue with that.
hey, entertainment's entertainment, right? There you go. If RGT can't put a wrist strap on, no matter, he can't build Labo. Anyway, I hope you guys all have a good day. P.S. This goes to Sean's cocoa butter lotion.
Oh my gosh.
Hey, Sean's getting some legit lotion that OJ got over. That's like the top shelf. So
it is the highest quality Coke. It's Vaseline Cocoa Radiant. Vaseline Cocoa
Highest
Radiant.
grade Coke.
it is highest grade Coke. It is like a 5-star review on Amazon. So there we go.
It's the best lotion. It's what I used to get rid of my football skin that I had. Like, you know, it's very good.
Softer than me. What the heck?
Yeah, it's gonna be. It's an A+ for the lady, Sean. I'm telling you, use this lotion. They are going to notice a difference. Trust me.
I don't want them to notice a difference because then they'll think I'm trying, and then they'll be like, "Oh, well, maybe he's trying to like better himself because he wants to take things serious," and I don't.
No, I'm just helping. Maybe you can move up a couple tiers with the type of. Okay, never mind. I'm trying to help you get a tier or two up. That's all.
I've been pulling high tiers ever since I was a youngin', and I don't even know how it works. It's the personality, though. Personality.
Oh no, bro. Oh no, man. Either way, if you pulling them high tiers, that's cool, man. I'm with it.
Jimmy says RGT85 gang. Paul says the real question: will Nintendo do a true Ocarina of Time remake?
Hell no.
Probably not.
Not for a long time.
Just like let the classics be the classics. Create something new.
No.
New.
Yes. I say we just remake Skyward Sword. Just start over.
No. Create
Yes. Yes.
Redo it.
Needs it.
Venice Sarah says, thank you, Spawncast. Please try to get Hoj Law on. Also, OJ, what music is play again?
Thanks, Vanessa.
Ross says, do you think Zelda Ocarina of Time and Majora's Mask 3DS remakes would be ported the N64 versions, a combination of two, some new version, or not ported at all to Switch?
I think the 3D version, I think they could rework it just a little bit.
3DS version, move it up. It look better,
Yeah.
Let's see. How about Jordan? Where can people find you?
Yeah, it's good. Thanks for having me on. Sometimes I stream on Twitch, according to OJ. He likes to say that I do. So yeah, just my name on Twitch.
Paul says, can we talk about how awesome it is when Spawncast takes apart systems? Much love.
I like when he hits things with the hammer.
The hammer.
Yes, I haven't done that in a while. Maybe I'll work that into a video at some point soon.
Yeah.
My brother still asked me, he was like, hey, when's John going to hit something with the hammer? He asked me about that the other day. He was like, is John going to hit with the hammer?
A little throwback there.
You should go to like one of those demolition places where you like pay to demo things and just like take in a console and then just yeet it everywhere. Just absolutely like axes and stuff like that.
If I send you a GameCube, would you do it?
I can't do that to a GameCube. I'd feel bad.
Oh,
I'm just kidding. I would throw that thing against the wall.
it's got a handle.
I wanted to blow up that crappy wrapper system, but he never released it.
Told you the Post Malone. That's what it should have been.
Gosh, Nate. You're on deck. Evan, where can the people find you?
You can find me on Twitter, Kimrick's Project. I posted the shirts up there. I think they're in the description below as well. Again, the special edition is going to go till the 13th of April. So yeah.
Yes. Yep. Pick up the shirt. Supports Evan's work and all of that. Check it down below in the description. I do see Bradley says Arlo over RGT85.
At least I like more than 2 games. Like shit.
Bradley says we will not forget the Shenmue Live 2017. Okay, Nate. Where can people find? Oh, hold on. Chris says not, but it'd be awesome if you have to manage the show. Okay, Nate. Where can the people find you?
Oh, the other one. They keep coming in.
Jordan's dead, dude.
I'm happy they both released their consoles last year. I hadn't had a console since PS2, and the next gen really helped my sanity through the pandemic. Nate, where can they find you?
They can find me on YouTube at Nate the Hate. The seeds have been planted for a couple of episodes next week, which will blossom before the week is over into quality discussion videos.
Was that a hint?
Was that a hint?
Is it the live action Powerpuff Girls?
I was about to say.
What's happening this week, Nate?
Blossom?
Bubbles and
2
buttercup.
episodes
You got
of Nate
that-
the Hate is happening this week.
Blossom got that new show. Blossom got that new show where she's. You want to talk about people
talking about?
Remember the girl who played Blossom? She has a new television show. And you want to talk about people pulling higher ups? Them dudes she's pulling, that ain't happening in the real world.
She has a cat cafe.
What?
That's another negative. Shit.
No, she's actually loaded though, so I think that would actually happen in the real world.
Okay.
She's
That's a
extremely
negative.
rich. She's extremely rich. She has a ton of money.
Derek Kuda says get Camelot 331 on the show sometime. Nate,
Yeah, so the
Why would
seeds
there
have
be-
been planted for 2 episodes next week because we didn't have an
Seeds,
episode
blossom.
this week.
Are you a farmer?
Oh Christ, help
Okay,
me!
I don't know where you're going with
there's
this.
usually,
What game's
there's
coming
usually
out?
only 2 Nate the Hate shows if something's actually happening for the week.
What is
Well,
this?
we didn't have
mean?
one last week. We have to make up for it.
Oh.
So we have to rise like the zombies of the dead
that's
and
perfect.
resurrect with new life with 2 episodes.
Oh wait, I think I know what game you're talking about.
In the meantime,
Shut
Nate
up,
says that you
Fringe.
plant the seed in the ground, so I shall plant my seed in you. Okay. All right, Nate. Go ahead.
Whoa.
So shall I plant my
What just
seed in you?
happened?
Yeah.
What is seed? Wait, what?
Hold on.
Yeah,
Rewind that
on YouTube
back.
At Nate the Hate. MVG and I will have at least 1 guaranteed episode next week, maybe 2. I have roof repair happening this week, so it'll depend on how destructive they are and noise polluted they are to my recordings. We'll see what happens there. That'll be fun. Thank you, insurance company, for not giving me money. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you for joining us for Spawncast episode 202. Check out the shirt down below. That's up for 2 months, the special edition shirt.
Yep.
And we will see everyone next Saturday night, 9 p.m. Eastern time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
What a